We do not know, but this man, Alex Kreiner, makes some good points there. What's up, weirdos? Dean, good to see you, man. Yeah, this man makes a lot of good points. So let's get him on the screen. His name is Alex Kreiner. He's a former Yugoslavian. Looks quite Croatian. I don't know if he is, but yeah, he's got some good points to make, especially about the eschatology part.
We're certainly looking at a fairly dramatic transition from the old security architecture to the new. Now, if you ask me about the eschatological dimension of this is practically crazy town. You know, I first came across this about a year ago, and I spoke with a good friend of mine who.
Have you gotten over the tennis ball thing, man? That is so weird. That tennis ball, going through the net. Like, what the fuck actually happened there in real life? Apparently, it actually happened. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, Dean. I mean, just call it a glitch. Just call it a Mandela effect, and well, try to live with it. This world is not real, man.
Who's a devout Muslim, but he studies Islamic and Christian and Jewish eschatologies, and he explained this to me from particularly the Jewish eschatology. I was taken aback. I thought, okay, so this is so profoundly irrational that I can't see it forming policy. But then over time, as you observe events taking place, people's statements, you do a bit of research. You go to this Jewish sect of Chabad Lubavitch, and their most powerful rabbis, like the late Rabbi Schneerson, and you see their relationship with the leading.
That was one evil motherfucker, Rabbi Schneerson. What the fuck, dude? Don't even, you gotta spit thrice when you speak that name.
Segment of political and military structures in Israel, then you realize that this is a real thing. And so it appears that what they're trying to achieve is what they call the redemption of Israel. Redemption of Israel, my understanding, and
now listen up, guys, because this is important. This is a very good take on it.
Real thing. And so it appears that what they're trying to achieve is what they call the redemption of Israel. Redemption of Israel, my understanding, and this is the correct understanding. It may sound completely irrational, but basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to usher Armageddon. Armageddon basically means that the whole world will unite against Israel, and that they will end up punishing Israel very severely, and the Israelis. And it is this punishment that then allows for the redemption of Israel. And why is this important? It's important too because it's only after redemption of Israel that the Messiah will reveal himself. Now, how do they get to Armageddon? Basically, they have to unite the world against them. And the way they do it is by misbehaving in the worst possible ways. So, the genocide of the Palestinians, the genocide of Lebanese now, the brutal atrocities inflicted on Palestinians in the West Bank, on Arabs in Syria, the attack on Iran, the killing of Iranian leaders, the constant.
I mean, them calling it the West Bank, that's a bit, how do you call it, ironic, right? That's some irony there. They control all the banks of the West, and they call the part that they don't own the West Bank. I mean, they own all the banks.
On Arabs in Syria, the attack on Iran, the killing of Iranian leaders, the constant hostilities shown towards countries like Turkey, like Egypt, like Pakistan as well. This is all creating an anger that's kind of coalescing, and it's slowly uniting the world against Israel. And so this can then lead to Armageddon, the big great war in which the Israelis get their punishment and then their redemption, and then comes the Messiah. And then even this whole story in itself,
not the Messiah, the Mashiach, right? They call it the Mashiach, which is very close to Meshoche, right? Meshach, Meshoche, Mashiach. What's the difference? Some tittles, right? Some tittles are the difference. It's all spelled the same in their language. Meshach, Meshoche, Mashiach. It's all spelled the same in their language.
Is so incoherent that they had to invent the second Messiah. So there's going to be two Messiahs. First, not the real one.
Ray. You can't capitalize that word, dude. You misspelled the word. The last word that you used, you misspelled. You capitalized it. You should not capitalize it. It doesn't deserve capitalization. You're risking your ranch status there, dude. You better not do that again.
And then the real one. So the let's say the first Messiah would be Ben Joseph, who could conceivably not even be Jewish. So let's say Donald Trump could be in that role, or alternatively could be Jared Kushner, somebody like that. But then after that comes the real Messiah, and we don't know who the real Messiah might be. But if I'm going to venture a guess, I would say it would be somebody from the Rothschild family. And then, the idea is that you're going to have a period of history that they call the Pax Judaica, that the whole world is going to unite in a new global order. The capital of that global order would be in Jerusalem under a Jewish king, and that then presupposes the dissolution of the United States. And there can't be rival powers like Russia, like Iran, like China, and so forth. This has to be the shining city on the hill, and everybody else has to be subordinated to this one world government.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan, but nobody wants to do that. I mean, to be honest, that's their plan, and but to get near that plan, we need to start to eliminate all of them, and somehow we don't eliminate all of them, and then the ones that are left over, get to rule the world. I mean, really? Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good plan, man. But okay, just go ahead, Kreiner. I mean, I'd love to hear you speak.
In Israel. So that's their idea. That's basically the outlines of their eschatological agenda. but this is not, we are not the first generation to be looking at this. Practically every generation has these rabbis that fantasize about, ruling the world, subordinating the whole world to them, and during the past 2,000 years or so, it hasn't worked out so well. I don't see how it works out this time around, but you can see that they're trying very, very hard, and they're trying. Just yesterday, the United States House Armed Services Committee passed the 2027 NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, which basically merges U.S. military with Israeli, with the IDF, and makes the United States military, with all their most advanced technologies, most advanced
technologies, like the Patriots that misfire and they cost them millions. No. That's just a lie. We all know that's a lie. We know that Oreshnik missiles have way more capability than all the USA armor together. No, just no.
weapon system.
Just no, Alex.
They become subordinated to the Israeli military leadership, and then presumably the Israelis think that they will be able to wield the United States as their own proxy military power. And you see that there's increasing talks about bringing.
It's not about the missile power. It's by the way, when I do this, it looks like he's got a mustache. Oh, look a bit like Adolf there. No, but it's not. It's about killing off the white people, right? That's what's happening in the Ukraine and in Russia, right? Ukraine is part of Russia, by the way. But never mind. No, it's just about killing white people. That's what it is all about. It's not about the missiles. It's not about superior power. It's about killing white people. The enemy of the Israeli is a white people. They look kind of white, but they don't call themselves white. So I don't know what's wrong with these people, but I mean, they're schizophrenic, and if you're not schizophrenic, you cannot be an Israeli. They will traumatize you if you're not schizophrenic. They will call you crazy if you're not schizophrenic. I mean, just look at Nir.
Draft, conscription, Palantir is all over that. And if they are influential enough that they can slip this provision into NDAA, then they're maybe powerful enough to slip in the provision to institute a draft. And then, maybe raise 1 million, 2 million, 3 million man army for the future plan to go against Iran when they regroup. So this is what they're doing, it appears.
How do you see the role of China in all this? And I guess I'm trying to get at the possibility of an off-ramp in a near foreseeable future, so that there's world peace in a near foreseeable future, so that many of us, or most of us, or even all of us, can feel a little bit more stable and peaceful.
Trump needs an off-ramp because he's losing.
Godverdomme. I know that this man is a wise man, right? He knows what he's talking about, Alex Kreiner, but he keeps referring to the mainstream narrative, and I guess that's what he has to do, to stay, to be able to say what he wants to say. But still, I cannot appreciate that. But okay, let's hear.
And it's becoming harder and harder to conceal this fact. So he has to find a face-saving way to just basically back off. But this isn't Trump's war. You know, Trump started this war. Trump was...
Oh yeah, it was like I fucking hate it when people do this. Like it was just one man. It was the guy that you elected. He started all of this. I mean, this man knows better. He knows better than that. What he's saying now, he knows that Trump didn't start the war. This was all in the planning. This was all an agenda, and he knows better than that. Fucking dislike him for doing that, but then again, he's got some good information.
Maneuvered into launching it, maybe because he thought it would be an easy thing to regime change Iran and take political control in Tehran. That didn't work out. And so he needs to back off for his political reason, because he's losing. But this war basically was a culmination of a continuity of policy that stretches back far beyond Trump administration. As General Wesley Clark revealed, there has been an agenda to take down 7 nations in 5 years. And we learned about that in 2007, but that conversation that Wesley Clark was referencing took place in 2001. So the 5 years where Iran was meant to fall within 2006. That didn't happen, but it tells you that the same policy that is still targeting Iran stretches back at least 25 years. So even if Trump engineers an off-ramp for himself, that doesn't mean that those forces that want to take down Iran and whatever incentives are pushing them in that direction, they're not going away. That's, you know, this Anglo-Zionist conspiracy is going to regroup. They're going to co-opt the next American president and the one after that president and the one after, and they will never stop. And the same is true for Russia. You know, they will never try to stop trying to destroy Russia as well. And then China. If you go back about 5 years and you look at the discourse among the American political class, you can see that they were very, very determined to go to war against China. And the talk was 100% will be at war against China by 2025. That was the talk in 2020, 21, 22, 23. And that was all escalating. There was a famous interview between Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene. And she told him that, look, I'm sitting with these people and they're talking about war against Russia, against China, like it's a sure thing. Like, we're doing this. It's not even a question of maybe, or we are doing this. And they were preparing for that war. Trump changed the priorities. So Trump, for whatever reason, decided, yeah, we'll go against Iran first. Maybe it was even, you know, if they managed to take control of Iran, it would have been that much easier to go after China. Now that kind of fell apart. The Chinese are perfectly aware of all this. They understand. When Trump was in China last month, Xi Jinping flat out told him, "Can we avoid the Thucydides trap, where you know the waning power tries to take down the rising power?" And I think that Xi Jinping knows the answer to that question. And the question is, no, we cannot avoid that. We will get an off-ramp. We might get a period of Cold War between Iran and the West.
What do you mean Iran against the rest? That's not how it works. I cannot pin the link. What the fuck is up with that? Why can't I pin a link? That's weird. Can you guys answer a question? Can you see the link that is pinned? Or you can't see the link at all? No links. No links are visible. Okay. It's weird. It was visible yesterday, but today somehow it doesn't work. It's so odd, right? It's so fucking odd. Um, can't pin the link either. Well, I don't care. I'm gonna try it the other way. Let's see how this works. YouTube is so deceptive these days. Uh, give me a second, guys. But I can't even post here. What the fuck is going on here? No, that's probably invisible too. Invisible. Let's see how that works. No. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. I can pin the link. Link to pin. Okay. So there it is. Yeah. Thank you. It's weird, man. That didn't work the day before.
but not the end
That
of.
didn't work the day before yesterday. Yesterday I could just throw out the link there, have a good conversation with Danielle. But today it doesn't work anymore. Why is that? Is that because I said Jew? Is that because I said Jew? I didn't even capitalize Jew. Oh, that must be the reason. Because I didn't capitalize Jew. Okay. So sorry, YouTube.
hostilities. And I think that they will never stop trying to take down China, Iran, Russia. But maybe that escalation will be delayed by, who knows, maybe 5 years, 10 years, maybe 20 years. In the meantime, we might get a situation with Iran, which will be like Northern Cyprus, or or the two Koreas, or something like that. But the wars, more wars are coming, and I think that the situation will ultimately be resolved in a total defeat of one side or the other. I think that now, at the present time, given that Russia, China.
Yeah, one side or the other. That means Muslims or Christians, right? And the Jews will side with either side, and they will come out either way as part of the winners. So it doesn't matter how much of them get destroyed. They sacrificed many already. They don't care whether you're a Jew or a Christian or a Muslim. They only want to win under whatever name. They are the name stealers. That's what they are.
China and Iran perfectly understand what they're up against. They understand their playbook. They understand their strategy, their tactics, as well as their weak points. I think that those three nations will take steps to weaken the Western Empire, and I think that they will be able to do that, and ultimately defeat the Western Empire. And then you're going to get a transition from Western-centric world to something else, to hopefully a multipolar global order, and a long period of peace. Because most of the wars that we've lived through, and the ones that we haven't lived through because they happened before, they're always instigated by this Western colonialist empire. The United States between 1946 and today has instigated more than 80% of all wars fought around the world. That's since World War II. And we're talking about something in the neighborhood of 200 wars fought in the world in the last 80 years. So once this system falls, once this system collapses, then an era of peace becomes possible. And then we'll have...
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so but first there's gonna be there's gonna be a worldwide war. That's what it says. That's what you're saying, Alex.
To figure out how to defend that peace, because these oligarchic structures can emerge in any society, and then again they're inclined towards perpetuating colonialism. But something about the Western Empire has been unique in human history, in the sense of I think that the Western empires have been the most ruthless and destructive to the world, because we destroyed 6 major indigenous civilizations around the world in the last 500 years. And we've destroyed literally thousands of different cultures and tribes and kingdoms. And we've depopulated huge swathes of the earth. Like there isn't...
The fuck do you mean we? We, like, was it you? Was it your family? Was it your tribe? What do you mean we've done this? I don't like the wording there. But I don't like the wording there, Alex. But what are you? A name stealer?
Destroyed literally thousands of different cultures and tribes and kingdoms, and we've depopulated huge swathes of the earth. Like there isn't a single native Tasmanian left in Tasmania.
Well, I can
What the
speak.
fuck? You're laughing when you say that, dude. And the other guy too. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Is it just me? Do I care too much about the wording there? But then again, what about? Why is that something to laugh about when you say that, Kreiner?
We've depopulated huge swathes of the earth.
What?
Like there isn't a single native Tasmanian left in Tasmania.
Well, I can speak of some parts, other parts of the world. I mean, I come from Southeast Asia. I mean, we had a good taste of
Yes, Southeast Asia has been
colonization for a few hundred
depopulated in
years,
some parts by 80 or 90%.
What? You're talking about Indonesia, right? The guy looks a bit Indonesian or Filipinian. What actually happened there lately is that it was completely Islamized. Islamized. That's what happened.
By Western colonialists.
No, 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 no. That's not what happened. Jesus Christus, yo. That's not what happened. It got fucking Islamized. Indonesia got Islamized. Muslimized. That's what happened. The colonialists needed people to work for them on the plantations. They didn't kill off everybody. They took care of their slaves, right? They didn't kill everybody off. That's it got Islamized. That's what happened. Alex and the other guy.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah. What do you guess? What do you guess?
until there's peace, we're all exposed here in Southeast Asia to uncertainties, right? And just to give you a sense, we consume about 5 million barrels of oil per day, of which we produce 2 million. So that remaining 3 million barrels of oil, every liter of that goes through the Strait.
I don't know who this guy is. Is he talking from Indonesia? He looks a bit Indonesian. I'm not sure. So he's talking from what is it? Borneo. There's this little piece of Borneo that's called Bahrain, right? Which sounds actually like it's been transported from somewhere in. Maybe I'm wrong. Bahrain, Borneo. No, Braun. Oh. There's this little part in Indonesia on the island of Borneo that's very rich in oil. What's it called again? Brunei, right? Brunei. Just very little part, Brunei, on Borneo, and that's one of the oil producing countries, but it's totally Muslim. I think he's talking from that part of Indonesia.
Of Hormuz. As much as one might want to think about re-architecting the pre-existing supply-side architecture, that's going to take time.
Yes.
Because the differential crude, specs and all that, and the strategic reserves range only between 20 to 65 days, unlike China and Japan, which have probably about a year's worth of supply. So they can withstand this, longer than most. And I can just see how the global South in general is so exposed to these uncertainties. I guess you mentioned the word oligarch. I can't resist asking you. I mean, I call it participative inequality, right? How oligarchs have been able to actually thrive because of democratic institutions, as opposed to despite democratic institutions, which were tasked to actually help democratize public goods. But inequalities are rising, and oligarchical forces are just thriving because of these democratic institutions, which are actually supposed to support forces or elements beyond oligarchs. Talk about that.
Well, Gita, my conviction is that this is by design. Because you see, in an autocratic regime, like Russia, like China, like Iran, the political power is above the oligarchic power. Right? The oligarchs are subordinated to the top.
What now? What now? This man knows so much, but still he will utter this nonsense, right? The political power is over the oligarchy. What a fucking. That's comedy, dude. Alex, that's comedy. I mean, so what do? What is your game? Like, give us good information for half an hour and then you start to talk bullshit? Because that's what it looks like.
The political power is above the oligarchic power. Right? The oligarchs are subordinated to the top of the political hierarchy. And so
That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense, does it?
if the behavior of oligarchic families, clans, individuals becomes abusive, the sovereign, whether it be the grand ayatollah, the spiritual leader of a country, whether it's the head of the Communist Party, whether it's Vladimir Putin, head of the president of the Russian Federation, they can cut the oligarchs down to size. And we saw that happen in.
That's not true. That's not true. That's just a ploy. That's just a game that they play. Come on, man. I'm not falling for that, Alex.
Russia. I think Russia was one of the most amazing real-life experiments in that, because when Russia transitioned from communism to capitalism, let's pretend that that's how it was. What actually happened is that the political.
What's up, Freedom Grower? How's your audio? Non-existent?
The
Okay.
the oligarchy is above the political system.
Right. I mean, but he said it the other way around, and I mean,
Yeah, like we're a
That's-
bunch of morons that can't think
right? It's
and obviously see how things are organized. At least how they want to present them as organized. I'm not saying there's not other layers of. That's why I said earlier it's all overlays
yeah.
of distractions, and they'll have something else for us to talk about here real quick.
Hmm.
But the breakdown of the global system is happening, and it's they got their solution ready while they're ready to run in their bunkers and hide out while the common folk eat each other alive.
Yeah, I think that's the plan, right?
Here, wait 1 second. Oh. Yeah, I do think that's the plan they're selling us to through the conspiracy networks. Like,
Yeah.
I went out of body and I channeled this and I had a vision in my dream. And you got all these spiritual people telling you this is what's going to happen. While the people that are, holding all the money are posturing as that being how it's all supposed to come to fruition. I don't see it actually unraveling quite in any specific certainty. I think humans are predictable up until the point that they're not.
Yeah.
And I think we're at the point where humans are not as predictable necessarily. There can be a lot of red herrings or whatever you want to call it. Just
Right.
and people with solutions, that think differently.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they're trying to keep control, and they're trying to influence us and inspire us in any which way they can. But it's all become such a joke by now. Right? It's like, well, to me at least. Um, yeah. What's up with you, Alex?
I'm good. I'm always good. I'm in positive energy, you know.
Uh-huh.
I see. There's a difference between me and y'all. Maybe you're a black pill or something, you know. See, the world is going through shit,
Black pill.
doom and gloom. I'm not. I'm on that gold.
The
pill.
only one that looks black pill is you, dude.
I have more melanin in my skin. Yeah, that's the difference. I'm in the tropical region. If I was living in Holland, my skin would be lighter. Yeah. But yeah, no, I see great awakening is happening around the world. Like I told you, I've been awake for a long time, you know, and I see difference now with 2012 or 11. And now I see more people questioning stuff, you know. And the last film that came out, I don't know if you've seen it. What was it called? Citizen Vigilante. That was banned in. Yeah, that was banned in Germany and Duitsland. Was it verboden?
I've seen it.
Maar
Have you seen
doordat-
it, Dick? Did you see it, Dick?
No, I didn't.
Nah. It was a very superficial flick, dude. It's not worth watching it. When you hear about the plot, that's basically it. You don't even have to watch
No,
it.
but you don't understand the message behind it. Yeah, it wasn't a big budget
Oh yeah, I do.
film.
That's what I said. It's a very superficial flick. If you hear the plot, that's the movie,
Superficial?
and it's
Superficial.
it's very superficial.
Superficial meaning it is fake. It's fantasy.
No, that's not what fake. No, superficial means
It's superficial. It's fake.
oppervlakkig.
Very
Just-
superficial. Writings
Superficial
on the wall.
No. You're so superficial, baby. You got issues. You're so superficial.
How can you correlate that word with that film?
Nou,
Because that
superficial betekent oppervlakkig. Oppervlakkig. Dat is niet fake.
Ja, oké, het is niet diep. Het is niet diep ingegaan, maar het was genoeg om te kijken wat is in Europa aan het gebeuren met de verkrachtingen van de illegale immigranten.
Ja.
Dat je misschien veel mensen in bang op over te spreken, maar ik niet. Hoe weet je? Er is een hele grote probleem in Zweden, Nederland, Frankrijk en Spanje. Overal met die domme immigranten. De moslims.
Yes, but dude, I mean, the papers and the people are still reading the papers, and the papers still say, like, we need to take in more immigrants. You know, the law says so, and it's going to be
the law.
divided. Yeah,
We need
Everybody-
cheap labor to tune the robots up, boy. It's the only way to move forward from this point. We've reached an impasse.
Dick knows.
Somebody's got to keep the robots tuned up. How else are we going to keep society functioning?
Not everybody
Real
can
men
be a
with
robot
functioning
polisher.
testicles need to go out and tune these robots up. That's what we're going to do.
No, but I don't. With the AI, what I understand, the data centers are not going to be needing much people to operate them. So it's a whole lie, actually. And just to go back by the citizen vigilante, it showed the problem, what is happening in Europe, with the rape going up, with the illegal
But,
immigrants
dude,
there.
it's a
There's a whole
movie.
problem.
It's fantasy.
What do you mean fantasy? You know what's happening in Europe? There was a few days ago another Italian guy was just sitting in a bar, got
I
stabbed.
don't know what's happening in Europe. Tell me.
That's the difference between me and you. I know what's happening.
Okay.
He's informed, boy.
Yes.
Fill
I'm
us
very
in. What's going on? I don't watch the news either. I'm completely ignorant.
I don't have a television. I have my own sources. I've been in this researching for a long time. So I have my own sources of information.
So, but you
What's
don't live
going
in
on
Europe.
out there? What should we know? I want to get.
But where do you live, Ganja Man?
You know where I live. I'm in Aruba, part of the kingdom
On the
of
island,
the
right?
Netherlands.
You live on the island. Yeah.
Yes, I was in Netherlands 6 months ago, visiting there, checking things out, how
You
things
didn't
have
visit
changed.
me. You didn't visit me. You didn't come to see me.
I was at my family, and it was very fast. I was at my family in the north of the Netherlands, which is Assen,
Assen,
and
right in Assen. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I have family in Assen, Groningen, Utrecht, nee, Amersfoort en Rotterdam. Maar de grote deel van mijn familie is in Rotterdam en Assen. Alexander, you look like you need deporting. Wow. I don't know you. They don't know my background.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's self-deported. You know, he's self-imported and he's self-deported. So you know.
Did I hurt your feelings with speaking the truth? Oh, baby.
Oh man.
You dumbass.
No, but I mean, you're gonna tell me what's happening in Europe? Yeah, come on, tell me. It's
I
a
don't know.
Kalergi film, right?
Just what you need to know, that's a whole big shit, but just for you to know the people out there are waking up. What do you think that film was banned in Germany? Because they say they're gonna radicalizing people going after the Muslim and the people that are raping women, molesting women, which you don't want to talk about.
I think it's just part of the ploy, right? Saying, "Oh, it's banned," so people want to watch it even, even better.
No, it backfired because Elon Musk put it for free on X, so people watch. I downloaded it and put it on my account on BitTube for people to watch it.
Yeah.
The same with the Silent of the Freedom of the Children, of Freedom of the Children, that was backed by Mel Gibson. Talk about a real happening also that's happening with the child trafficking. That was also like almost banned. They didn't
Do you
want to
guys
play-
cook on cast iron, or are you guys still using the non-stick Teflon surfaces on your cookware?
Oh no, dude, no.
You guys might
no,
want to
that is-
switch to cast iron. I'm just saying. That shit'll build up in your brain.
Oh yeah, there's a Dutch scientist that came out and did research that a lot of people have microplastic in their body. It is in almost everything. Oh yeah, it's called The Sound of Freedom. That was a good film to watch, The Sound of Freedom. Also based on true events.
No,
But yeah,
I don't
microplastic.
feel
Almost
that,
everything has microplastic.
That Teflon shit in my pants, dude. I always hated it. I was like, no, that stuff is not good. No. It will flake off.
One way to get microplastic out of your body is to sauna. Go to sauna, basically sweat. You sweat the toxins out and microplastics.
And if you can get sick while you do it and then induce major lymphatic movement with the botanicals and do like a liver cleanse and just kidney, bladder, fucking flush it all out. It's like then the next couple months, just like riding on cloud nine. But then, you pick up the plastics again. So it's like, you just got
I
to
was
stay
too
in a
late for
perpetual
that,
state of
man.
cleanse.
I had to have my bladder removed. My gallbladder had to be removed. So.
I had months of pain, and yeah, I get it, man. It's like I was considering it, But
Sorry.
I did actually cleanse it out with the herbs. Thank God.
Wow.
Go. No, that's good. Yeah, the herbs. You have herbs in nature for everything. Literally everything.
You really do. They really work. It's amazing. That's why they don't want us to know about it and have access to it and know how to utilize them. And it's a longer path. It's not like just take a pill and get better, but I mean, and it's whole life type of considerations, right?
And also fasting, right? Just fasting.
Oh yeah, I did a lot of fasting during that time.
72
You know what's
hours.
funny? When you have liver issues, fasting can be a deterrent to your health because now you're not creating the bile and the necessary function that your body does to keep things moving, because your body's meant to be digesting at a certain level. So if you've created so much stagnation that now your organs aren't functioning correctly, you almost might have to stay on a clean diet long enough to get yourself to where you can fast for extended periods. Because like people will go into fasting and it's their body just like fucking shuts down. They get, it's livers or major organ failure and all that kind of shit because their body's just not even conditioned for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I hear people say that, like, you'll cure any disease, just fast for 40 days or whatever. But if you've ever really fasted for extended periods, it can be traumatic. You get a week into a fast, and you're disciplined and you're staying on point. At least for me, anyway, I've had that shit get to where the body just starts doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
Stuff starts coming out everywhere, and
Yeah,
You start to produce weird odors. Like, what does my body even smell like this? Like, what?
well, yeah, and I mean, it's a spiritual process. I think, it's very much
yes, you
I think-
can say that.
good to have space to be alone if you can. Space to sit on the couch or by a tree and talk with God if you're going through that.
Yeah. I didn't do that, but I did join. How do you call this? Vipassana. Have I told you about this, Dick?
Yeah. Right? It's like the Buddhist thing where you go in silence.
Yeah. You don't talk for 10 days, right?
This is incredible.
And
What
it's
an experience.
and I was like, when I heard about it, I was like, yeah, man. I mean, it actually it rhymed in me, right? When I first heard about it, you don't talk for 10 days, and I was like, wow, I want to go there. I don't like meditating so much, but no talking for 10 days. Wow, yeah, I want to do that. And it actually worked. It worked miracles on me, But I had to listen. But I had to listen to fucking gurus for 10 days in a row too. I was like, well, that doesn't work well for me. But then again, there was also a lot of silence. But the people that I stayed with and that I did the whole experience with, they shouldn't talk to me. I shouldn't talk to them. And it was
You
quite
didn't enjoy listening to the gurus, though? That wasn't. You enjoyed the silence more than the gurus.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
See, I think a lot of people would rather hear some audible stimulation. They'd rather have some background noise.
Yeah.
But you wanted
Yeah.
to just sit with your thoughts.
Not necessarily. I mean, I knew that there was gonna be some gurus saying stuff. Well, not necessarily gurus, but I knew that there was gonna be some inspirational speeches being played, over the audio, because there wasn't a guru in front of us, but it was just
It was just
audio.
played over a loudspeaker. Was it a inspirational type of content, or it just was kind
Kinda.
of cheesy or something, huh?
Yeah, in between. It wasn't too cheesy. They never mentioned any gods or any names, so that was good.
Yeah.
They were just talking about.
Hey, wait. Hey, can do you know who's Gimi or Gami?
No,
And you
It
don't
sounds
know?
familiar.
Now he's
Gimi or
telling me
Gami?
he's calling me a retard stare. He's calling me retard.
Retard.
what now?
What the fuck is with this guy? He doesn't know who I am. But okay. And he start deporting these folk from Holland. Duh. Yeah, my last name is Geerman. I'm a half Dutch, half Arubian. My father is white from Germany and Netherlands, and my mother is native from Aruba. So I have German, Dutch blood and native blood from Aruba. If you didn't know.
That's why you look like fucking Bob Marley, dude. I mean,
Bob Marley, yes. Bob Marley's father was from England, white, and his mother from Jamaica. Yeah, I'm the same as Bob Marley, you can say. Yeah. But another thing, that film wasn't a psyop. I think you're a liberal. You must be a dumbass liberal.
you still think in these terms?
Yes, liberal-minded dumbasses. De links en de rechts. Zo kan je het zien. Zo is het eigenlijk. The left think there's more than two genders, and the right there's only two genders. Which one? One thinks with the emotion, and the other thinks logically.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what. I don't even know what to say about that. You know, it's
Yeah,
such-
you're a hardcore dumbass. That's what you are. Not you, than the people.
Oh, thank
I
you for
see.
joining. Thank you for joining the hardcore dumbass with your wise mind. You know.
Not you. I'm talking with the dumbass in the chat.
Oh,
He said he's a hardcore Scottish. I said, yeah, no, you're a hardcore dumbass.
oh.
Well, anyways, that is just what I wanted to mention.
Well, thank you for mentioning that. Oh man. What are we drinking today? Duvel's. I'm drinking Devil's Piss again. Devil's Piss. Floyd Bingo. How the fuck do you don't you have a wrench on here? How does that make? Doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, your thoughts is what is happening? What's the topic? What do you want to talk about? What's the topic today? What's happening in Europe? I know you were playing a video in the beginning. Talking about war.
I think we need a war to end this Pax Judaica, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know things are gonna get. We're on a roller coaster ride, so I know things are gonna get more intense for now and next year, and I think maybe by 2030 and beyond, then things are gonna calm down.
What now? Yeah, because there's going to be digital ID for everybody, right? Yeah.
That's what they want to do. What I heard, the EU wants to put digital ID and with the money system by January 2027. But I don't. That's the thing. The people have to rebel. You know. I know in Vietnam they did that, and the people went against it, and they closed. I don't know how it went after that, but they closed about 86 million people bank account because they didn't want to comply. So yeah, but if I think the whole country doesn't comply, then they have no choice but to retract it, you know. But everybody has to work together. That's how you can defeat it.
Yeah, I'm just not really that doom and gloom like you guys, where you're all focused on this mark of the beast shit and stuff. I think you guys are a little bit of negative Nellies, to be honest.
Yeah, no, the mark of the beast. I know somebody, some people gonna fall into the trap, you know, with being chipped and all that. You know, they're gonna see the positive, the thing that's the. You have also with tattoo. They're gonna make it cool with tattoo with chip in it. I saw that too. So yeah, some people gonna fall into it. That's their experience that they need to experience, but. A lot of people gonna reject it. That I know for sure, you know. But you know, we're on a great awakening, so it's all good. Hey, there is Divine Spark, Heidi in the house.
Heidi. Heil Heidi.
Alexander
So what do
has
you
a fake
think,
accent.
Dick? What do you think about what Alex had to say there?
I'm thinking about flooding my body with microplastics and going the other direction, and just
Yeah.
taking a teaspoon of microplastics every morning in my tea,
Wow.
and just
No,
seeing.
seriously.
No,
He's being
not joking.
sarcastic.
He's not joking.
No, he's being
I think
no,
I
no.
already have. I drink so much tea. I'm probably. I mean, Lord knows there's got to be a lot of plastic in my tea, right? There's no way out of that. Now I try. I got to get serious about this microplastic thing because I feel like it's, it's probably
Beneficial. It's going to be
it's
beneficial.
probably making, like he was saying, there's two genders, and I'm like, I might be in between them at this point, So I'm like, I'm on a sliding scale now of gender because of the micro. The more I drink, the more emotional and effeminate I feel. Is where I think I'm at.
Yeah,
So-
see?
And maybe I should just go all in on it.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but I've been noticing, the changes in your face,
It's a
and-
self experiment.
right? And the way you play music, it starts to be a bit, more, less misogynistic and less masculine. I don't want to say it's very feminine at the moment, but I see the change.
It's not as
So-
toxic as it used to be. It used to, yeah, I know what you're saying, man. Like you could sense it that
Yeah.
there was just this male aggressiveness in my playing, which
That's kind of
In any
dissipating.
case-
Yeah.
it might be helping me more than it's hurting me. So, I tried to fight it, but then I was like, it was like the lithium in the water and stuff to keep you happy. And
Just
the
give in to
fluoride,
it.
my teeth are doing great. So the fluoride might have done me better than I said it was going to do.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all working for our good, boy. No, but how much can the mind alter the cause and the effect, and then also our perception of what we're experiencing? And yet, what's more imperative, the microplastics or the mindset that we hold as we go about it? Because, at a certain level, like if you're overloaded with toxicity, you can't even think anymore. But
Yeah.
yet,
It's gonna affect your
No.
brain, your mood, your emotion. If you're full of toxin, right? It's gonna affect the
Right.
way you behave, your emotion, your thinking. But your mindset is the most important. Your mindset that you can overcome everything, and that has been
think
shown
so.
scientifically through placebo effect and the nocebo effect, which is the opposite of placebo effect. So our mind is
So
key.
explain to me the nocebo effect.
Okay, the nocebo effect is, for example, you go to a doctor. It's the opposite of placebo effect. So you go to a doctor, and the doctor tell you you have cancer, and you don't have cancer, but the doctor tell you you have cancer. So you go home, you go in
Oh,
depressed
no.
mode, low energy, and you manifest it by thinking it that you have it. You create it, you manifest it in your body.
No, that's suggestion. That's suggestion that you're
No,
explaining.
I'm talking.
No,
I'm
no.
No, I'm telling you about scientific things
Okay,
that has been
okay.
proven. It's called
Okay.
the nocebo effect. If you look it up, you will find. I'm just giving you example.
Ah.
You asked me about example. I'm giving you an example of the nocebo effect. The placebo effect. If you go to the doctor and the doctors tell you, oh, give you this pill. This pill is gonna work. This pill is gonna help you, and you take it, and it does help you. But the pill had nothing special in it. It was just a vitamin or a sugar pill. It was your mindset that has been proven, and that is called the placebo effect. And the nocebo effect is the opposite of it. And those two experiments show how powerful our mind is. We can heal ourselves with our mind, or we can destroy ourselves with our mind. That's what that experiment showed.
Yes, I agree, but I think you didn't explain the nocebo.
I was about to, but you said it's not like that. But
No,
No,
because
he did explain it. He did explain it because it's the opposite effect of the placebo, where the person did not have an ailment, but by being told through an authority that now gave them this identity that I have this dis-ease, now they went home and that manifested. So like the
Exactly.
opposite is also true simultaneously. You can make yourself ill or well just through what you hold in your own, faith as to what reality is.
And then I also want to see what people they used for these experiments, right?
you
it's
can
not-
go look it up. There's
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
you also need to look at the people that are willing to to participate in these experiments. Not everybody is willing to participate in these experiments, right?
Yeah, but they have done a large experiment on it that has been scientifically proven.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean anything to me when the FDA is still a thing.
The FDA is something else. That's something else. I'm just talking. I'm just telling with you through this experiment the power of our mind. Now the FDA has to do with pharmaceutical drugs and shit like that, and banning other good things for us like plants and shit that could heal us that don't need a lot of money. But that's another thing. That's with the pharmaceutical cartels. Basically. But that's another. I mean, the vaccine also. But that's another topic.
But Savoy, you do not give credence to the idea that your mind could create wellness or disease within the body.
I do give credence to that.
Okay. Yeah. But how far does it go, right? And to what extent is it just voodoo guru kind of, nonsense, pie in the sky optimism versus the person who is told he'll never walk again, but then he gets up out of the wheelchair and all of a sudden he's mobile. And yeah, it wasn't easy, but his mind overcame what others told him he couldn't do.
Well, I think that I've heard people, I've heard witnesses that hadn't eaten for, so they were breatharians, right? I've met a breatharian. And I thought that was bullshit, And this guy, he told me that this was, by the way, this was he was one of the participators in this Vipassana meditation, right? And so you don't talk for 10 days, right? But so the 11th day, you talk with each other, right? You see people and it's like, oh, finally we get to speak to each other, right? So you have some conversations. And this guy said, yeah, I mean, I've been a breatharian too, I said, well, how was that for you? He told me that he hadn't eaten for like 40 or 100 days. It's like, man, that's not fasting. That's like that's literally breatharian, right? An actual breatharian. He said, yes. And the guy managed to do that. But when he walked in the city, he could do it out there in nature. But when he walked into a city, he told me he felt like a broken mirror. He couldn't walk in the city.
He couldn't hold all that energy.
Yeah.
Oh, EMF.
And
yes.
that was, I mean, when he said that, I felt like, wow, man, that's actually, you don't expect that answer, right? That's
right.
That's like a very true statement. Like, I can understand that. Like, you can walk in nature if you're a breatharian, but you cannot walk in the city, So.
Well, and you hear these things about the yogis will levitate, and it's common knowledge that a lot of these people get to this space, but it's not like if anyone had a recording or doesn't, or no one will believe anyway. And it's like no one believes it, yet we're all levitating, right? I heard someone say this in some spiritual thing I was listening to recently, and it really struck home to me because everybody's convinced you can't levitate, but we are all simultaneously levitating because we couldn't do anything otherwise according to science. Like nothing is solid. It's all space inside of so-called particles or atoms or whatever. So we're all in a constant state of levitation.
Because
it's just a matter.
Because we're bipedal. Because we're bipedal.
Not because we're bipedal, because we're vibrating, because we are essentially energy that can't be defined or, fully documented. It's just people try to make attempts at it. But when they say you've got this toroidal hyperboloid or toroid energy or energetic signature, or they say you got an atom with quasars and phasars and all that shit. It's not really stuff that you could actually rely on from a solid sense. It's giving you the makeup of what is an illusion or what is a presentation.
Wow. Cheers. What tea are you drinking at the moment?
It's microplastic. I actually took a tea bag full of recycled plastic. I figured I'd use a plastic that is sustainable, and I'm getting a little tinnitus in my ear now too, which could be a cause and effect of drinking it. But actually, I will show you this tea. This
My
tea is
medicine.
called. There you go. Yeah, I like the cannabis too. This is called Nug Potion,
I stopped
though.
smoking
Actually,
cannabis because I ran out of it, and then I had to buy it again. Yes, I did. Then I had to buy it again, and it was like too expensive and too hefty of the quality, and I was like, no, fuck that shit.
this is a tea that a cannabis person would probably get into because it's called Nug Potion. There's the
Oh, it's in
label
a
for it.
plastic bag?
Nug Potion.
Uh-huh.
This pouch is paper. It's food safe ink biofilm. Check that out.
Oh, because that's good because the Lipton. I heard the Lipton tea in the plastic. It has like, oh, what happened?
Certified to disintegrate, good quality compost and home composting condition. It's made from wood pulp from sustainable forestry. Boy was trying to call me on my bag for my tea, and I've got like the ultimate
Oh,
response. But anyway, so it's Nugs. It's actually Nugs.
I don't know what happened.
And it,
Oh, but no, that sack. I heard Lipton sack tea has like plastic, microplastic in it. The Lipton tea bag are not good.
What?
So yours is bio.
You even
So
grow
yours is-
fucking mushrooms inside of those tea bags, Dick? Is that a mushroom that you showed us?
no, that's a nug. That's a tea nug. That's what I was trying to say. It looks a lot like maybe cross the border weed you'd get back in the day, like brickweed or something. But it's just a brown Camellia sinensis tea nug. And it's
Nice.
very nice tea. This is it's called it's a May 2017 aged Deyangzong Mangu Ling Kang from Yunnan, China.
China. I don't trust
Button
China.
up to 3 leaves. Yeah, it's communist tea. It's got notes of child slave labor when you drink it.
Nice. This is the only tea that I use. It's jasmine tea, right? So that's the only tea that I drink. And
That's
it's
good,
just-
man. We all got our flavor.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna make me some now. I mean, Dick is so inspiring.
La 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 la. Dick has inspired you.
So then we can create the space for others, and we also simultaneously create the space for ourselves. And they say you can't change anything, that you're disempowered, you don't have the ability to like have any cause and effect, but yet everything is an illusion that is energy that seems to be all you're doing is affecting it. I like Earl Grey as well. I like the British teas. What I really like in that arena is a malty tea, a really good black malty tea with a little bit of cream and maybe a little bit of sweetener. That kind of tea will make me fat though, because I'll drink a lot of lot of cream, and it just seems
Oh,
to
yeah.
go straight to my belly.
Huh.
Chernobyl
maybe-
tea, yeah. A little bit of radiation in
Maybe-
your tea never hurts.
Now, yeah, I have my own medicinal tea plants here that I use.
So are you on the soursop, Alexander? You catching the soursop wave yet? Soursop trend?
Oh, what is the trend now? Now is
How
a
about-
trend?
Yeah, now it's a trend, man. Everybody's soursopping because they found out it has anti-parasitic qualities. Because everybody's on the
Yeah.
anti-parasitic thing, right? They're like, I got to get rid of the parasites. What, you know, what can I take?
Parasite. Well, there's a lot of things you can take for parasite. You just need to know what.
What? Which ones you're dealing
One
with,
thing
right?
I know. Here's I can mention a few. Papaya seeds. Papaya
Yeah.
seeds antibacterial and anti-parasitic, and also it can work as the pill for a woman and stop the woman from getting pregnant. So it's a natural pill, you can say. And also soursop is actually, what I understand, the research I have done on it is 10,000 times stronger than chemo
Yeah.
to fight cancer cells. So that I know, the leaf, the fruit itself. I have a soursop plant here. I have a lot
Yeah.
of medicinal plant here. I have also moringa
yeah.
tree.
A good
Yeah,
one.
that I have also here. Yes.
Now, the papaya is a good enzyme too for people with digestion, right? So there's, and the moringa, so I take Irish sea moss, or I just started taking that, and I put a little
Sea moss.
moringa in it. Yep. And I mix that up.
Sea moss.
The gel.
Oh, okay. By combining those two, maybe you get 100% of the mineral that our body needs, because sea moss has about 90% of all the minerals that we need. I think it's 90 you have in sea moss out of the 102 that our body needs.
Here, 1 second.
Yeah. Hey Heidi, beauty of living in Aruba, huh, Alexander? Yes, I'm in paradise. I cannot complain. I'm in paradise. I'm grateful to be born and raised here. So yeah.
Yeah, mix it with this one here, which is a sea moss gel that has soursop in it. There you go.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So they're selling sea moss in combination with soursop.
Yeah,
That's a good
that's what it
combination.
is. And then I'll put a little moringa in
Yeah.
there. Just a little bit. I don't
Oh,
take a lot. I just take a
You
little
make
bit.
you make a power supercharged juice there with all of them,
Yeah.
them three. Yeah.
Oh, and one
Damn,
other
okay.
thing. One other thing.
Hey, happy to see you too, Heidi. Divine Spark. Keep on sparking. Yes. I send you a happy birthday on your birthday.
That
Yes.
that I just started taking, but this I've been taking every day for a while, which is the here, let me turn my shit. Let me
Right.
get this off.
It's out of focus.
Yeah, there we go.
Black seed oil. Yeah. Yeah.
The blessed.
Yeah.
It's the strong one too.
Strong.
Cold pressed, extra virgin oil. Look at that. It's backwards on the screen, or at least that's the way it's coming
it's
through
not,
for me.
no, it's not on my screen. It's all right on my screen. I can read it.
Yeah, no, it's right here. I see it good too. Black seed oil.
And I do think that stuff is a good thing to take. I mean, I just take a tablespoon of it in the morning.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I see you're very conscious of your health and herbs and things like that. Which what I'm seeing now, more people are going in that direction, because our
Why not?
body is our temple, and we have to take care of it.
Especially if you get sick and then you get well, go in that direction. Like if you get a blockage, you take some herbs and it gets your lymph moving or cleans out an organ or whatever, and save yourself some doctor's visits,
Oh yes, I don't go to the doctor at all. You know, I haven't gone there.
Right.
Only when it has to be very bad for me to go.
I
to
mean,
the doctor
on
or
the
something.
island, you don't have doctors, right? You just have a shaman.
No, man, we have doctors here. We just rejuvenated the hospital, but most people here try to avoid going to the doctor. There's mostly
Yeah.
the immigrants here take advantage of the system and go constantly to the doctor for everything, for every small stupid shit. But Arubians don't go to the doctor only when we're really sick. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, when you got a broken leg or you need to have an organ removed, like your your appendix.
Oh
Or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
something like that, for surgery, right?
But here in Colorado, we got the fires, and that shit. There's only so much you could do. You could try to stick an air filter in your home or something. I try to go down deep into the forest and get near the water systems, and I'll try to go down where it's just moist and breathe that air. Because there's a place even on my property I can go down, kind of in the trench where the mushrooms grow and stuff, and just to get away from the smoke. But that's mentally a challenge and a struggle, because like you realize from a body sense, it don't matter. You can eat as organic as you want, but depending on what's burning, you could be breathing all kinds of microplastics and petrochemicals and shit in the air that and they tell you on the screen, oh, don't breathe the air today, it's toxic. It's like, what are you supposed to do?
Well, then you have to walk around with not the C95 mask that they use at COVID.
N95.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, the N95. That's not gonna work. You have to use the one with 2 filters on the side. Would that they use with asbestos, or
Yeah.
what they pink car? Those that work.
As a matter of fact, I'm feeling a little bit unsafe right now, to be honest with you, and I'm just going to
Really?
put my mask on just for safety.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he
That's-
has a legit mask. I don't think he has a dumbass mask. Let me see. Yeah, those type of mask. Yeah. So if it was a real virus, a mask like that, we should have wear, not a stupid N95 mask.
This is an N99 mask,
Nah.
and I feel a lot safer in it, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
I think
this is
people-
what
if the-
this is what you use when you do drywalling, right? Yeah.
This is
Right.
this is what I use whenever I have human contact of any kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
I use
Well,
I
But
use
wait,
this
wait.
if I'm within 50 feet of a humanoid species.
wait, Dick, you're a very conscious person. I know you're making jokes, but one thing that mask is not gonna help you with the spike proteins. You know about that?
Oh man.
The spike proteins jump from one person to another. So in either case, you have to detox. The spike proteins, Dick, the spike proteins. That's not gonna protect against the spike proteins. But one thing, people that are more conscious of what they eat, the energy or the toxins when you go out in the wild, in the atmosphere outside, it's not gonna affect you as hard as a person that's not working on themselves. So there's a difference. Your
So
immune
what's it with you,
system-
Alex? You don't believe the whole mainstream narrative, but you believe
Science.
half- but it's just half of it.
When
Wait, what?
when the particle hits the orifice, it's like it's going through a virtual maze of 3D quantum physics doors, and it can't find its way through.
Yeah.
And that's what saves you. That's why you're safe inside your little bubble of your mask.
That's how it works.
And this is why I sleep in it, and I do enjoy time with loved ones while wearing my mask. But with the fires, I don't know that I actually have masks that are for fires.
Yeah, but
That-
these are, you know it.
They're
you
full
know it.
face, yeah.
These don't work on smoke. But
And
there
I have
is-
youth ones and everything for everyone, my family, even a couple extra for neighbors or whatever, because we live in the middle of pines and trees and everything. So if we had to get out quick, that would be a lifesaver, right? That you could still function while you're in the middle of thick
Yeah.
flames.
And those trees are like fucking torches, man. When they go up, they will. I mean, it's
It's
not even-
amazing the heat and what the amount of smoke and shit they put off. It's crazy.
And Dick, in which state do you live?
Colorado.
Oh, you in Colorado. Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got a lot of active fires right now.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them are not. They say, it's with the global warming and shit, but a lot of it, I found out it has like arsonist and direct energy weapon being used.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because I think you're right on point. I don't think you couldn't say it any better, man. It's like that's in the last round that they had in this state where there was big fires, the same shit was going on. They didn't know about the beam technology at that point because that was like 12 years ago or something, 10 years ago.
But people got conscious real fast when it happened in Hawaii, and they saw that the blue objects weren't burned. The car and and everything around it was burned. And I know in Chile, also the direct energy weapon hit there, and then the people there started painting their roof blue in Chile. And then it happened, I think in California, it happened at two places, and one place in Mexico too. But you don't hear those things on the news. You have to really pay attention.
Right.
Do direct energy weapon fires. Yes. Well, I know in Patagonia, in Argentina, there was also wildfires there, but it was arsonist. It was caught. And that's a whole deep thing there. Basically, they caught people from Israel doing it. Long story short, Israel or Jewish community bought that coincidentally land that was burned for a cheap price for them to move there. Yeah. So it's not a coincidence. It goes deep. Yeah, it goes deep. You have with the Jesuit order, which is the Ashkenazi Jews. They're the one controlling the Muslim, you can say the Islam, against the Christians.
Yeah,
It's just insane. I mean, when they did the movie Idiocracy, they didn't show us that part, that they'd be like beaming us with fucking lasers while we're trying to paint our tiny homes with blue roofs or something, because the fucking Dow Corporation that made them for us made them all with red roofs or whatever. It's like that's the new world you're going into where and I say this as a joke, and people blow it off when I say it, and I don't know why it doesn't hit home more, but how the robots will be programmed, how the AI is programmed is basically for socialized structures and cities and all this kind of stuff. That's how it's all going to be regulated. I mean, it's obvious that's what it's heading towards. It's not a doom and gloom scenario. It's just a matter of like, will there be alternative measures for that? I think there'll be plenty. So it's not all negative, but it is kind of apocalyptic when you think on a grand scale that you're going to have technology, because it only takes one robot that has the power of 20 men to be in your perimeter that's doing surveillance as well as keeping the peace, to where now it's like that great equalizer. Now a gun don't even matter really at a certain level. It's like what matters is that the robots don't hurt the people. Because
no, you're right. But there has been problems with that. I think what you're luring to, that it doesn't go in the direction of Terminator, Skynet, basically.
Well, or even if robots are fighting each other, I guess that's not as bad. If the drones don't have people in them, and but if robots are designed to kill people and they're that much more powerful, or the AI is used, it's just like AI wars. The idea of it's very apocalyptic in nature. You really would. That's almost worse than a nuclear weapon when you think about it, because once it's unleashed, they're building their own robots. They're regulating the whole process. That would only happen if you created the machine for that. You would have to have designed. That would be the foundational design of AI. They act like it's some mystery why it's going to happen, or they make these predictions like Elon does, where it's some unchecked, unregulated disaster waiting to happen. It's like it could be designed otherwise. They have localized AIs. They have technologies that you can program for different purposes. It doesn't have to lead to the breakdown of society.
What do you think about Elon Musk being the first trillionaire in the world? It's like when I heard that, it's like people are going to believe this, right?
Well, then they wonder why people get in that eat the rich mindset.
Yeah. Like, oh, he's the first trillionaire. Really, guys? I mean, there's people that are quadrillionaires or even octillionaires. Families that are
Who?
I don't know their names.
I know.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay.
There's the part of they control the Vatican. You heard of the white Pope, but you haven't heard of the black Pope and the gray Pope. The gray Pope is the one.
I mean, trillionaires are not a thing. I mean, that's just like a millionaire to a quadrillionaire. There's octillionaires, dude. These
I don't know if there's a billionaire.
for octillionaires, a million is even less than a cent to you and me, right? It's just
Well,
like
and the real problem is we know it's not organic. It's not a natural process. It's not like you can say this genius who had these great ideas created this amazing company, and he was able to do things others weren't, and that's why he's in the position he's in, and we should all applaud him for his amazing mind.
They're all anonymous, right?
It all sucked off the government, just like Amazon did. None of these huge corporations now could even exist the way they currently do if it wasn't for funny money and a government leverage process. It's how it works.
I think that's the actual word for it, Nez. Tillionaires, right? Tillionaires.
So you get to be that if you sell out, basically, is what that is.
Yeah.
Well, I know he has a lot of companies. He did have. That's the thing. I think he has an idea, and he has the engineers behind him. Because one thing that I applaud him is for the rocket. He did a lot of tests. He didn't succeed in one day, but he had a lot of rocket that exploded and it went completely wrong. But
Dude,
he
dude,
he did succeed to go with the rocket in space.
Poster boy.
And
Alex,
So if I got a crew of 1,000 guys and billions of dollars, and I tell you guys, keep shooting the rocket off till we get one to go.
No, but to land
I'm
perfectly.
super impressive that I was able to tell you guys to keep doing it till it finally went in the air.
Alex
Well,
knows
have
about
to
Alex
figure
knows about the flat Earth, but he still doesn't
Wait, what?
see it.
I don't
He
believe
lives
in
on a
the flat
fucking
Earth.
island. Alex
Yeah,
lives on a fucking island. All he sees.
19 miles long, 8 miles wide, and yes, I can see. Due to I living on my island a whole life, born and raised here, that the Earth is round and not fucking flat or on a pizza.
See?
No, I mean it's not the way they tell us it is. It can't be. They lie about everything. You can't trust them that
I don't.
They gave you the
I
full
don't look
scoop
for
on
NASA for information.
the
My
nature
information
of your
comes from
reality.
NASA. Only with the
did that.
moon. The moon.
Right.
One information of the moon that I got from NASA because there was an experiment that they did and it was recorded. that I can mention on, which is when they detonate and I think it was a bomb on the moon or some shit, or hit it with rocket. It was either hit it with rocket or detonate something on the moon, and the moon ring like a bell for about 3 hours.
So you believe the moon is a hollow musical object of sorts, but the Earth is still a globe?
No. Well, the moon, yes, the moon is hollow. What I believe in, the moon is hollow. The Earth is also hollow. You have inner Earth civilization, very advanced, that live inside of Earth. One of the places is Agartha, and you have another one that is connected to Mount Shasta in California. That's a high energy place. Also, the root chakra of Earth is at Mount Shasta.
Do you ever
also
watch
the
the moon? Do you ever watch the moon, Alex?
I was answering him, but yes, I watched the moon. I can see the moon from Aruba. Yes, and I know a lot of the history of the moon, which the Zulu shaman Credo Mutwa also talked about, and their
Okay, so
history.
let me
goes
tell you what I
2000
saw about like 6 weeks ago. I saw the moon, like it was
Yeah.
a fucking hammock. So it turned almost 90 degrees from its perpendicular position, perpendicular to Earth.
Yeah.
It turned like 80 degrees from that downwards, right? For 2 days, for 2 nights. And
Okay.
then, yeah, I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but this is what I saw, right? And then the next day, so this was 2 days in a row. The next day, it turned 160 degrees upward.
Upward? How? You
Yeah,
have to record.
I don't
you have
know
to
how.
document it.
I don't know how, but this is my observation.
No, but you have to document it. If you have a good visible observation of the
Okay,
moon.
well, I don't document it. I'm not the first one to see this.
Well, that's the thing with the flat earthers. I don't know exactly what they think.
Do you
because
think
the
I'm
flat
making
earthers-
this up? Do you
It's
No,
like-
I'm not.
Do you
I don't
think I'm
you're
making
making it up. Maybe you had maybe I'm not thinking you. Maybe you had a wrong visual. You saw something. You thought it went like that, but then
See,
it
this
moved
is
like
where you go
180.
straight away. This is where you go
It's like-
straight away.
There's 9 discs, but then maybe there's 13, and
Yes.
they're different dimensions that you can move in between.
Yes.
And something along
No, but-
those lines.
Guys, let me
everyone
tell
is
you. I saw the moon in a hammock position 2 days in a row, and the next day it changed 160 degrees upwards. And all of a
It
sudden, you say,
waxed
"Oh, I don't know
and
what
it waned.
what
It waxed
you
and it
need to
waned.
Document this. I'm telling you, this is what I saw.
I've seen some
Okay,
shit with the
well,
moon too. I think a lot of people
Okay.
have. A lot of people have witnessed the moon do some,
Weird
unexplainable
stuff, right?
Yes, I can tell you the moon is active. There's a base on the moon, on the far side of the moon, called LOC.
There's no
Lunar
way to
Operation
explain.
Command.
There's no way to
And
explain.
also-
There's no way, Alex. This is what I'm telling you. What I'm trying to tell you. There's no way to explain this through your model, through your globe model.
What model?
Nor is there a way to explain this through the flat Earth model. I'm not fighting for
Well,
one or the other. I'm just saying this
Well, you
is
can
what
explain it.
that is what I've noticed. And then the 5th day, it was almost perpendicular again. I don't want to explain this, but
But-
this is what I saw.
I don't. Okay. But what's your conclusion? Let's get to the point.
There's no.
Roy, what's your
That's what I'm
conclusion of
saying.
the moon? What
There's
do you
no
think it is?
conclusion. There's no conclusion.
Yeah,
What
you
I'm
had an
saying is,
observation of
what
the
I'm
moon.
saying is that you have a conclusion about the moon, but you haven't seen the weird moves that it makes. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm noticing. That is my conclusion. Yeah.
That what? The
Yeah.
moon
That
behaves
you're talking
strangely?
about stuff. You're talking about stuff that you didn't witness.
What? With the Yeah, I didn't win to the moon, but I've talked with people that I don't know if you believe in the super soldier program, but I interview
No,
a person
I'm,
on my.
I'm just talking about observation. I'm talking about observations.
Yeah, I didn't observe what you observed. No, I didn't see that.
So,
No, I wasn't there with you.
so, so, why do you want to talk to me about the moon if you haven't observed that?
You know, you mentioned the moon and that you saw it behave strangely, move about 180 degrees. So my question to you is, because you believe in flat earther, and I know not all flat earthers have the think alike or have the same perception of how the earth flat is how it's informed. Some people believe that the moon and sun is in our atmosphere. Some believe it's outside of atmosphere. Some believe we're on a flying turtle. Some believe we're on a flying elephant or some shit. And some believe we're just flat and we have a bowl around us.
Where are you going with this? Where are you going with this?
Sorry.
Okay.
So what's your belief?
I wasn't talking about belief. I was talking about observations.
Okay, what's your what's due to your
Yeah,
observation?
to me, and I don't think it's a belief either. To me, it's a knowingness. If you take this magnet or
Yes.
any phenomenal object, it's going to have an energetic signature. They may be a yin and a yang of each other as far as one being magnetic or dialectic, but it's still going to be, an identifiable type of energetic signature that everything has. So no matter what it is, it's going to have that type of aspect to it, right? It could be anything, really. I mean, because where does this exist? In space and time. Where did time start? Where did time end? And where does this sit within? Because we got our little gauge for time, but it's not really in reference in the framework of the macro of time. It's just some little fractal that we carve out that we like to say, oh, we know something about time. No, but in the infiniteness or lack thereof that it is, where does this sit on the scale of time? And then space, like
What?
we only know it from our perception. And then what this even is as a magnet, we have an idea of the field. We're trying to explain it, but we can only perceive like this small percentage of it from the carnal mind. So the only way we could perceive more would be from the spiritual eye. We would have to be as, in tune with that aspect of self to really understand it, because this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? That's all it is the tip of the iceberg. What's behind it? Gayer 9. Whoa!
Gayer
Wow,
9.
I can't believe that did that. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's gonna be his new nickname, Gayer 9.
Yeah.
Well,
Why you don't hide it? You don't have to hide it. He been messing with people the whole time. Surprise!
Yeah, I mean, but Capricorn came up with that. I thought that was just funny.
Yeah, he's a gayer, all right.
It's like the handle you'd have if you were driving a diesel truck. Gayer 9 now, Gayer 9 going down 95. Anybody read me?
Gayer 9. Oh, but so you believe just to the point, or your conclusion, or your belief, how you see it, either or your knowing, whatever. You also are into you see Earth as flat Earth. You know Earth is flat. That's your perception or your conclusion on your knowledge and observation.
It's an observation. It's not all these words that you say. It's an observation. And if you have any other observation,
yes. Let me mention one. Want me to mention one? That
you've seen the curve. You've seen the curve.
Well, I don't think you can comprehend.
Have you seen that? It's a simple yes. It's a very simple yes or no.
No, I haven't seen the curve of it because you cannot. I don't think you have the comprehension of how big Earth is. That's the start. That's one. Earth is not
Yes.
small. That's one.
Thank you.
And the
Thank you for
second,
teaching me there. Yeah.
yes, and
So,
the second.
I mean,
Wait.
since you're a glober, let me ask you this: after how many miles does the horizon appear or disappear?
I don't know out of my mind. I think
don't
maybe
know, right?
9,
You don't know. You don't know.
8,
So,
9 miles.
what's the circumference of the globe?
Circumference of the globe. I don't know out of my head. I didn't
You
keep
don't
to
know. You don't know,
I didn't.
right?
let
And
me-
so, what's
wait,
wrong with that, dude?
why are you gonna let me
How
go
is
ahead?
it? So, no, Alex,
Okay.
this is my show. How is it that you don't
Let
know?
me talk.
How is it that you don't know all these numbers that you believe in?
Out of my head.
But you call our observation a belief. We observe, and we studied the globe,
Wow. Boy's taking you to task, man.
dude.
Yeah, he
We
didn't let
observe.
dragging you through the trenches
We
right now.
just,
I'm
dude,
listening to him the
Alex,
whole time.
we just stay with our observation, and you believe
Finish.
and
Finish
this
what
thing
want
that
to
you
say.
believe in.
I'm listening.
Yeah, no, you're talking over me. This thing that you believe in, you don't even know the numbers, dude. I mean, every flat earther knows all these numbers that you globies believe in. Yeah, you're failing again. So you don't even know the circumference of the Earth. You don't even know when the horizon should start to drop. How is it that flat earthers know all these numbers? How is that? Because we studied it? Because we actually studied it? Yeah, that's why. Now come again.
Can I talk now?
Yes, please.
Okay. You didn't let me finish my sentence, what I was saying, and just to stay on observation, because we're talking about observation, that what you just mentioned, you have to measure, the circumference of the earth, you have to measure it. Yeah, you have to measure it, right, to get to the numbers. So we're talking about observation. Or you can calculate with your eyes the circumference of the earth. But anyway, come to
No,
observation.
we're talking about the model, about the theory that you believe in.
Yeah, no, we're talking about observation. You're saying what you see, because what you see through your eyes.
Let's
That's
go
you're
with
talking
observation then. Yeah, cool.
about. That's what we're talking about. You came with the numbers of the planet and all that. That you can
That's
measure
what you
through your
believe
eyes.
in. I know the numbers that you believe in.
Finish. You don't let me finish. I listen to
Okay,
you.
well,
Let you
make
finish.
it
Talk.
fine.
You don't. Damn. Okay. Shit. This is what I wanted to finish saying from the beginning, that you didn't let me make my second point. My second point was Aruba. As mentioned, I live on an island. Venezuela, the mountain is Venezuela. I did the calculation. The mountain in Venezuela is about 800 to 900 meters tall, in length, height. Aruba doesn't have mountains. The tallest one here, or hill, is about 200 meters. In Curacao, our sister island, Curacao, same distance as the mountain in Venezuela, they also doesn't have big hills like Aruba. It's about 200 meters. But at the same distance that Curacao is and Venezuela, on a clear day, I can see the mountain in Venezuela, but I cannot see Curacao. That's through observation. But when they have cruise ship coming here, I can see them at the horizon going down and then disappear. Not because it's not going down, that you're not going to see the bottom when they cross the barrier, which is, I think, more than 8 miles. Okay.
If I
done.
told you I went out of my body and I saw what the nature of this reality is,
That's interesting.
then still you wouldn't believe me, but you would have to do it for yourself. But if I did see that, then I wouldn't care what, anybody else had to say. And I wouldn't want to argue about it, because then you're giving
It's what
people,
you see.
like
It's what you see with
something to
your
chew
eye.
on that just makes it's nonsense.
But that's
Now-
the thing. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
if anyone's really in that position, then I guess they're in the strongest position, right? If that's possible.
Depending, because what you're saying is you had an astral projection out of your body and you saw the world as a flat plane, right? That's what you're saying.
Or could have been an out of body, or could have been a near death experience.
Doesn't
or could
matter.
have been and I'm not saying whatever you saw, you could have been a fucking donut, but that would be your strongest point of perspective to validate for yourself, is from the spirit, the soul, to have that perspective. Okay, I can see it all from the like when you're taken up on the mountain and that you can see all the kingdoms. Yep, I see it for what it is now. You'd have to have that almighty spiritual eye.
I understand that. Yes, I've heard that also. People that went out of their body on will astral project. Some of them has seen it depending in which realm you are, you see Earth differently, and a lot of them has seen Earth as flat plane. And I know other people, like a famous one is Elizabeth April, which also does out of body experience and go to the Galactic Federation, if you're aware of that, and has meeting there. And she has seen Earth as how I say, as a globe, same as Ismail Perez also. And let me see, and yeah, and I know people that went beyond the 3 and 4 dimension, and then they see Earth as a crystal, giant crystal. So it's depending in which vibration or density you are that you see Earth differently. But I've heard people seeing in the astral realm only flat plane, but I know people that go beyond that see Mother Earth as a globe.
It sounds like a fucking Mandela effect to me, dude.
I do believe in the Mandela effect too.
You believe it? You believe the fucking Mandela effect?
Yeah, I believe. Because
How do you believe in the, how do you believe in the Mandela effect? How does that work? I don't even know.
Okay, let me explain. Because I had a personal experience with it 3 times. Now, last was 4. How? Because I do numerology, right? I calculate numbers from people. Voy, I'm into numbers, right?
I know, yeah.
Yeah, so I've done people numbers, calculate it, write it down, and then a year afterwards, it changed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it just changed. How the fuck can it change? I wrote it down and it changed. And that happened too with me, with 2 other person that also did the calculation with me at that moment. And they remember it because they also did the calculation. And when the person died, it changed from a 9 to 3. How the fuck is that possible? We did the calculation, both of us.
So you actually experienced it, right?
Yes, that's why I believe I know in it, because I experienced it.
Yeah, because there's no way to believe in the Mandela effect, right? You either know that it happened, right? You either experience it. I I might be nitpicking. People might say, "Oh yeah, you're nitpicking." No, but it's like, no, it's not nitpicking. You don't believe in it. You either witnessed it, you experienced it, or you haven't. That's my take on it. But
well, yeah, maybe you don't have to really experience it personally like but this observation that you can do around.
You clearly did, right? Because this is one of your anchor memories, right? Because you're very focused on the numbers and the numerology, right? And so you know what you did, and you have a certain memory. You actually wrote it down, and then it changed on you. So
and I did it also with other people that were there with me when I was calculating their friend or boyfriend or their father. Or the last one was in Netherlands, was my cousin. She was surprised because I calculated our uncle to be a 33 when I was in Holland, and that was a year prior. And when I was in Holland, I did the calculation back again. It became 32. What the fuck? And she also did it. She did it. She calculated, and she self didn't understand it. It was a bit confusing.
Yeah.
It is a bit confusing.
Yeah.
because you remember things certain way and then it changed.
Now, especially when you write it down yourself, there's some confirmation there. That's an anchor. That's an anchor memory. That's
Yeah,
especially
when I write down, I put the time and date also. So,
Yeah.
so all of that. So yeah, I know about I know music. Some music has changed too. Movies has changed. Some sayings has changed. So, and I think
yeah. You,
certain
you know about the Neo and what if I told you, right? Yeah, I mean, there's like a gazillion memes about what have I told you, and somehow in the Matrix this was never said.
oh yeah,
What
I'm
have I
not.
told you? What have I told you? I never said. What have I told you? Like, that's like so crazy. I mean,
Yeah, that movie has a biblical theology to it too, because Neo's supposed to represent Jesus Christ, and Morpheus supposed to be John the Baptist. John the Baptist was looking for Jesus. He was looking for Neo, which is you change the words Neo become the one, right? The one that's gonna take the machine down, and it correlates with John Connor, right? It correlates with the Terminator movie. Well, the one that wrote the Terminator movie and the Matrix movie was a woman, Sophia Stewart, and the book was called The Third Eye. That was the book wasn't called The Matrix; it was called The Third
I
Eye.
don't know. I don't know what video you've seen, but
No, I'm telling you about the creators behind it, what it's supposed to represent. So it like when Neo got shot, right, by the agent, he died, right? And then he was kissed by the lady and brought back to life through love, right?
But what does that mean to you? Like, if that even has any significance, why is it significant? Why are you giving it? Because they interlaced some kind of program within a program, or they gave you some
No, I'm just
reflection
telling
of
you the
what's
theology. The theology behind the woman that kissed Neo brought him to life was Trinity, the Trinity, the divine Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit, God, Jesus, the Trinity.
why does it
Yeah.
matter?
I'm not telling you if it matters or not. I'm just telling you the behind it because we're talking about the Matrix
Yeah.
movie, which come from the book that called The Third Eye, and it correlates with Terminator. If you're not aware
so,
of that,
have you heard about the brothers that actually created the Matrix and that?
I liked
turned-
RoboCop. I thought RoboCop was cool as shit
yeah.
back then.
Oh,
It's like,
the Chowasky brothers or Trans brothers, no, they're not the one that created the Matrix. It was Sophia Stewart. And the RoboCop, I
So
like
why did they turn trans?
that's Hollywood. Hollywood is fucked up. But with RoboCop, yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. I think the one of '87. And I love the saying, "Hey, my friends call me Murphy, but you can call me RoboCop." That was the best thing. And then bam, bam, bam with the music. That was awesome.
I thought there was another line in that movie that was like even more. What the heck was it?
That line was badass.
Yeah,
There was,
yeah,
I mean, that was a Dutch producer, right? That was a Dutch.
I have no
You don't
clue.
know? Yeah.
Yeah,
it
you
was-
enlightened me.
It was a Dutch
telling
producer that actually made that movie, RoboCop.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
classic. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't like movies anymore. I just don't like them.
But don't you
I
even
used to
like
like 'em.
movie house movies? No.
I just don't. Yeah. No
It
movies.
depends. I love comedy. I love to laugh. I don't see horror or shit like that. Only if it's based on true story. And yeah, then maybe like I seen Amityville House Horror or The Exorcism of Emily Rose, though that are based on true story events that I see. But yeah, I don't self have time for movie. There's too much things happening, especially this year, to keep up with everything. So yeah. Oh yeah, the only movie I watched last this year was Citizen Vigilante, which you said it was, but it had a good message in it. I love it. So they're planning on making a second one with bigger budget.
I mean, did you like it? I mean, it was so fucking superficial. It was like if you hit a storyline, you've seen the movie.
It was a mix of Bourne, the movie Bourne, and the one with Neo last. I forgot when he was the killing people and shit. I forgot that movie with. No, Keanu Reeves. He played in a movie that they made 3 of it last, and he was like a killer also in that movie. He was a hitman.
Oh
Baba Vanga. Baba Vanga. I forgot
wasn't
that.
John Wick, was it? John Wick?
Oh yeah, John Wick. That's it. Yeah, John Wick. So it was a bit of John Wick. It was very bloody. Yeah, John Wick. It was bloody.
I never seen any of those movies. I think I might have seen one of those movies.
It was a series, right? I remember seeing some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Wick was a good movie.
Really? I don't like those kinds of movies. I like movie house movies.
I mean, life is a movie. I drove by in this a couple times actually because I've been on the road for so many years, and but recently I drove by and there was a diesel truck on fire. This was in Southern Oregon, and this whole fucking truck was just sitting there burning. No end in sight. And then we came back on the way back on our trip, and then it was still sitting there. Now it was just completely burnt on the side of the road.
Ooh.
But it looked like a movie set. Watching that big ass fucking truck burn, it was just like, holy shit, this is something else.
Yeah.
It was surreal. And that's just
But it
one
was
truck
real.
burning like that. But yeah, but it was real. This guy was having a bad day. I can't imagine how he got to this, but I think it's because he was going up a big hill and his truck overheated at the top or something. But
Was it an EV truck?
no, it was a big old diesel truck.
Oh yeah.
And when we came back and saw it all burned to bits, I guess because these things, the frames, a lot of fiberglass and stuff, it was just a shell of what it was. Now the back of the truck was all still there, but the front part, the trailer was all still intact, but the actual truck part was just burned to nothing, to toast. It was amazing. The engine and the, frame parts sitting there.
That happened to my mother's car, and her, my stepfather's car. It got burned down to ashes. Probably because they stapled two how do you call this, batteries upon each other, batteries for their EV bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the police didn't investigate, the fire department didn't investigate. They were like, oh yeah, there were EV batteries in the back of the car, so that must have been it. Like, okay. Nobody knows, but they had a pretty intense fire in the backyard. So the whole backyard burned down, the carport, and one part of the shed. One wall of the shed totally burned down. So that was pretty traumatic. But yeah.
Well, they gave us that in the scripture that this time God's going to cleanse it by fire. And, looks like there's a lot of ways, even with these fires out here in California and Colorado and then we talked about the Beam project.
Yeah.
At that level, I mean, they're just herding you around like cattle. It's like how they run cattle,
Yeah.
Burn them out.
Well, I do understand that perspective. You're talking about Revelation, I think, with the destruction of earth with fire. Well, that would correlate with the Hopi tribe. The Hopi talked about also the earth being purified by, which is called the blue and red kachina, which is going to be coming. They're expecting it. They say we're very close to it. The blue and the red kachina returning, which the blue kachina, the people that are connected, living one, are gonna go with the blue kachina, and the red kachina, the evil people, gonna be destroyed by fire.
Dude, I rode that wave for a while, man. I was on it, man. I was like, that I'm gonna wake up and see like another planet right in the sky. And I still hold out a little bit. I still got like, a pinky toe in that pond. I'll wake up one day and the real
I don't know
astrology
when
will be
that-
revealed of the planets or something. There'll be another sun there or something. Could happen.
Oh well, yeah. I don't know when
Can you
that.
talk, Alex, can you talk to me about the Pleiadians? That's like my final trigger word. That's my total
Palladians.
buzzword.
Go down that rabbit hole.
Pleiadians, man. It's like a
Let's do it.
have
Galactic
any-
Federation.
yeah.
I really, let me just clarify things. The first subject I started going into, and I saw it because I was little when I was 12 and 9. 12, yeah, 9, I was exposed to it because I love seeking truth. I was a truth seeker from child. I was seeing Lifetime, Unsolved Mystery, Alien Abduction. That I was seeing at 9 and 12. And afterwards, that I went to study in the Netherlands, that I finished my science and technology school here. I went to the university in the Netherlands to continue my sustainable energy and technology study. There I woken up, you can say, and I went deeper with the alien subject, and then I went into the Vatican and the Bilderberg group and all of it, and connected the dots with what's happening on this planet. And because I was into the alternative energy against the global warming, but that I found out that was bullshit in 2011. So yeah. Sorry, what was the question again? I went on a tangent.
The Galactic Federation of Light and the Andromedans
Oh,
and
Exactly. Sorry.
I think-
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
Those are real. The Galactic Federation or the Earth Alliance is real. I've seen my star brother and sister. They appear to here to me in Aruba at the beach in the giant blue orb to let me know they're here. And I know other people that also has experienced it. The one is Alex Collier. He's a contactee of the Andromedans from Andromeda. I'm also apparently one of my reincarnation was at Andromeda. I have a close relation to them. And yeah, the Pleiadians do exist. They are real. There's pyramids in Central America that is built in correlation with Pleiades, the Seven Sisters.
Yeah.
And we have the Egypt pyramid, which is with Sirius, I think.
What? The
Sirius?
Seven Sisters now? Or the Seven Sisters?
now,
Yeah,
is Voynich? Do you think his seed is like Arcturian or what? Syrian? What kind of star seed system do you think he comes from?
I think he's a mix. A Saturnian and a Leonian and a Pleiadian something.
Yeah, no, you're right. A mix of Pleiadian and Andromedans, to be exactly.
Andromedan.
How you pronounce it?
Andromedan. Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. I
Oh, yeah.
think if
he's-
people
he's
knew,
another thing
like,
I can tell you. There's going to be
what
more
are the
UFOs.
angels, right, that the Bible talks about? What are the? It's all. There's never been a time that
Okay,
there's
so-
not been other beings alongside of humanity. I would gander to say.
If you observe and look at cave painting, what the native draw, yeah, they have encountered a lot of strange creature beings on this planet. If you look what they draw in the cave. But yeah, talk about with the aliens, ETs. I'm telling you, there's gonna be more UFO activities appearing in the sky. It's gonna get more and more intense, and we're gonna be
Right.
having disclosure with ETs. I think it's gonna be hitting a point in 2027, 28. For sure, by 2030, 32, we're gonna have like ET contact, or before that. I think things are moving fast. Yeah.
I think it'd be funny if they did it old school, where they put a box on a table and they're like, for the first contact for humanity, we're gonna talk to the aliens through them just to ease humanity into it. Everybody, this is alien life, and I don't know, because
They're all feline, so get in the box, because that's what felines do.
Yeah,
they're
there
not
you
lions. You have beings that look fully human. You have one
Right.
that look Caucasian. You have one that looks African. You have that looks Chinese, Asian, but they're not from
Yeah.
here. But you wouldn't know they're not from here.
But they just don't look European. You know, all the other.
Yes.
All the other
Caucasian. I mentioned Caucasian. You have some that look Nordic. That's called the Nordics. Have you heard of them? The Nordics and the tall
no, never
whites.
heard of them. No.
Yeah,
Is it
the Nordics or the tall
Erling,
white.
Erling Haaland, like for Norwegia, right? He must be a Nordic.
Wow.
Well, he eat good. He's very healthy. He's strong.
They call him the robot, right? The robot.
The robot, I don't know about that. I know he's very
No, but-
health conscious.
So that would make you surmise then that the systems are much closer, much more accessible than we've been told. And
Yeah,
there's
I-
either technology or beings that can access it otherwise.
Yes, we have the technology. I know the director of Lockheed Martin, or before it was Lockheed Martin, Lockheed, he said that we have the technology to take ETs home, but it's going to take an act of God to get these technologies out to benefit humanity. That's what he said before he
Now,
died.
I heard they shut this tetrahedron collider down, even if not temporarily, that right now it's down. Just like there's
Yeah.
Because
They've
they can't
locked-
keep up with all the Mandela effects, that it causes. Yeah.
No, and it's gonna start back 2000 when 2030, and
Yeah.
I study numbers, numerology, because I see numbers also determine our reality. I see a pattern in it, and the pattern I see is coincidentally, when did the Mandela effect started? Didn't start in 2012.
when they started it up, huh?
Yes, and 2012 equal 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 equal to 5. 5 represent high energy transformation, change. It's a year of change. So that with that energy is a perfect year to, if you want to change something like the reality. And 2030, 2 plus 0 plus 3 plus 0 equal also to 5. So it's not a surprise that they're going to test it or go with online back again in 2030. They're going to try to do it the same what they did in 2012.
And just because at that point they want to open up the floodgates, pathways of interdimensional travel, or create the fabric of reality to be just kind of like blended or something. It's just a.
Well, we have technology, we have it already, but it's going to come out. It's the same with the quantum mad bats. I think we are all here still alive and moving. And I think in our lifetime, I'm sure we're going to be seeing the quantum mad bats. When that come out, the pharmaceutical is going to fall. And it's going to come out within 10 years. And that is going to be expanding our life our life.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna be living for more than 200 years easily, and our
Well,
body.
this is so interesting, right? Because that's where modern medicine. So if you have free will, and they tell you, "Hey, Alex, whatever this problem you got that you've been dealing with, I'm gonna put this nanotech in you. It's gonna go in and fix you up like the mechanic does at your car shop. And you're like, oh yeah, well, I'm not feeling good. I want this whatever to go away. And then someone does that, right? I'm not saying you would, but the point is that's what they'll propose to you, right? And it would be tempting because you're going, damn, I'm not feeling well. But at the same time, you know, if they can put something in you that can fix you that way, you're giving all trust to the medical system, all trust to the government, because what else can they do with that technology? You know, it's just insane when you think about it.
What technology you're talking about?
Nanotech that's self-assembling that can go in
Oh,
and,
oh
you know,
yeah, oh yeah. The nanotech is shit. But yeah, the spring. I heard you have also nanoparticles in the chemtrails. So yeah, but the nanotech, I think you can use it for good, but they're gonna be using it for bad. You know, with frequency and command and try to do shit negative to your body.
it's
Actually, we
it's
don't
more
need.
all-encompassing too. I'm really talking about smart medicine. You know, that's what they're going to be. That's the future,
Yeah,
right? Smart medicine.
I'm not gonna go along with that because I'm very conscious of nature, and I know nature provides everything. I have a notebook here that is broken actually. That I've looked into a lot of studies of herbs and medicine, and yeah, I have a lot here for everything. I've even wrote things against cancer. Oh yeah, did you know? Here's the thing. Here's one thing. Here's good for the YouTube to know and all the people. If do you know if you drink 2 hot cacao, you know, cacao, 2 cup of hot cacao for a month each day for a month, that would activate your body to produce its own stem cells through the bone marrow. And
Interesting.
what stem cell does, because rich people do the thing at the hospital, is expensive operation, but you can do it naturally by drinking two cups of hot cacao each day, and
That's what we usually do in December, dude.
But well, you have to do it for more than a month, and that would allow to produce a double amount of stem cells, and that would help to repair anything that needs to be repaired in your body. And
But you need to use not the Nesquik cacao. You know, you need to use the
pure cacao. It's, flavanol is where they get the cacao from. It's called flavanol. That's the ingredient in it. That's what you need, the purest. So yeah, I'm very also health consciousness. Yeah, I know about nicotine, the conspiracy behind nicotine. That's another thing. Nicotine. But yeah, ivermectin. I have ivermectin.
And so if you can get some heirloom tobacco and make you some good aged pipe tobacco or something, then it's probably in moderation. It's probably a good thing or something. Huh? Give you a little
the
spiritual
nicotine.
ceremony.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we have
Good.
nicotine receptors in our body. This is a whole. Have you seen the documentary called "Watch the Water"?
Yeah, I did see that one.
Okay, well,
That was a wild ride. That was when the Stu Peters and the shit. I don't know if he's still rocking, but Stu Peters broke that one, I think, right?
Well,
Did he do-
I think it was his documentary actually. Not sure.
I think so. Yeah, Watch the Water. Either that or it was someone that he was working with.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember there was some official doctor or something that was
yes,
hot on the case.
yes. There's a white guy with glasses, and he's been going around. I forgot his name, but he's been going around on different podcasts talking about nicotine and nicotine patches, and the fact that the virus didn't work with people that were smoking, because the first thing that they said when the COVID breakthrough is that smokers are more, going to be more sensitive to it. You know, it's going to affect them greater than non-smoker. But that was a lie. It was exactly the opposite. You know,
I only smoke tiny cigarettes. You know, self-rolled.
well, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's better.
I don't
These
like
are good
cigarettes
disciplines.
at all. You know, I just roll tobacco with a tiny tip in it. It's not a joint. It's not even a joint.
No, these are good disciplines, though. This is the way to go: is to do it on your own terms. You know, when I did smoke, and if I ever went back to smoking, I smoked rolling tobacco. I'd smoke drum tobacco.
Yes,
And
same here.
top.
Oh, you've got that too. You've got that too. Drum tobacco in.
We don't anymore. Before I stopped smoking, they pretty much got all rid of it here. You can't find it anywhere.
Oh, you smoke
Yeah.
Samson? Yeah, that's my favorite brand for. Yeah.
Yeah, Samsung
Uh-huh.
with the lion on top. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's there I see a whole conspiracy in the Netherlands. Because Netherlands, you don't find a package like this. It's all completely covered with a picture. You're gonna die with
Yeah.
lung problems and fucked up shit. And they also
I love the one. I love the picture with the big hole that looks like a fucking vagina.
yeah. It was in the Netherlands. It's pretty graphic. Not even in Germany, because I went to Germany too. But the Netherlands, they won. But here's the thing: why are they so preoccupied that we're smoking? What we're smoking, the tobacco. I heard that the EU wants to ban tobacco by 2030. Look, everything is leading to that year. But yeah, I heard the EU wants to ban tobacco. Why? Why they don't ban McDonald's? You know, there was a documentary
gonna
called.
It's not
Yes.
gonna happen.
But there's a documentary called Super Size Me. The guy went to eat McDonald's for a month to see how he didn't reach even a month. By the second or third week, he was advised to stop because all his organs were shutting down. You know? So we know it is bad. It is documented, but that's still open. But they want to ban
Right.
tobacco.
If
Yeah.
if McDonald's gets any worse, because it's pretty bad right now, you'll see the government come in, you know, with the next president or whatever. They'll do a bailout for McDonald's. That'll be the it's too big to fail, man. Look at
Or they'll just give it out.
people
for
will starve if we got to subsidize it, get the prices down on your McFlurries. That'll be the politicians. They'll be in there.
Yeah.
We're back to fucking dollar menu at McDonald's, guaranteed.
I
if you
would
put me
prefer
back in office.
I would prefer to eat leaf plants than eat McDonald's. I'm gonna eat McDonald's. Fuck, that's not even food. Hey, have you seen them? The owner of McDonald's, the CEO, when they did
Yeah,
advertising.
he didn't want to bite it. He didn't.
Yeah,
even want to touch it.
exactly. Yeah,
He wanted to
That's
touch it with his
hilarious.
hand, and then he pretended to bite it, but he didn't bite it.
yeah. And he was like at the gunpoint. Hey, you have to eat it. He was like, yeah. It's like a small bite. Oh, good. He was faking it. He was faking it.
Jamie, he's not even willing to feed it to homeless people in his neighborhood. He's like, ship that stuff outside of here. We gotta, it's like that
Yeah.
stuff is toxic. They,
Yeah.
the potatoes they use, they have to
Yeah.
off gas them because of all the, and I'm sure you guys have seen this because all the same feed come up if we look at this kind of stuff, but or maybe you haven't. The potatoes off gas for weeks. They can't be touched by humans because they're so toxic. Because there's this beetle that crawls inside the potato, and McDonald's won't buy it because they want a perfect fry. So they don't want the little line that comes in a lot of potatoes. So they actually drench it in this toxic pesticide where it can't even be touched by humans for weeks after harvest. And, eventually after washing it tons and doing all this, they make it suitable for human consumption.
Dude,
That's your McDonald's potato.
Yeah, I've heard that, but when they said, like, I think there was 10 or 15 years ago, it's 100% potato, and I was like, what do you mean it's 100? Of course, it's 100% potato. That's what fries are, right? I mean,
Yeah, and then you find out it's not even actually that either, because there's all kinds of shit that they don't have to put on the label that they put in, even from the pesticides that end up in. It's not really just 100% potato if it's got a bunch of pesticides on it or something, right?
Oh, they say it's
Do
natural.
you know how they actually protect the vegetables and the potatoes and the fruits from going bad? It's carbon dioxide. They gas it. They gas
Right.
it with carbon dioxide. And now they say carbon dioxide is bad. No, it just, that's how they protect things from going bad. Because there will be no oxygen for any living organism to live on or off it.
Yeah.
But now carbon dioxide is a bad thing. No, they're still using it, to protect, to keep things fresh. Basically, it's such a crazy world, dude. It's got to end soon. It's got to end soon.
No, yeah, things
It's-
are gonna be ending, but a new beginning is coming. That's why I'm happy. I'm excited for the future because all the dark shit that's happening behind the scenes is gonna come to the light for us to
I'm
face.
not
I
looking.
know.
I'm not looking forward to it, Alex, because it's gonna get a lot worse before it's gonna get any better.
Yes, I know that. And there's
Yeah.
going to be earthquakes, natural disaster. I heard California, a lot of volcanoes is going active. The whole Ring of Fire is active. So yeah, I'm very aware with nature. I can see clearly Mother Nature is trying to release energy. The energy is going high. Also with the Schumann resonance is also spiking. So yeah, you can see the scientific proof. There's a lot of activities is happening. Yeah.
Well, and if there is inner Earth beings in Mount Shasta and Mount Hood, and they got different like ships coming out of these different mountain structures up in the Northwest, the James Gilliland Ranch. I don't know if you ever looked into that.
Yeah, I'm fully aware of that. Yes.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of documentation. I don't care what anybody says. Like you can't deny this motherfucker. What he's documented up there is astonishing. It's crazy.
Yeah. You have also Skinwalker Ranch. There's a lot of
Yeah.
UFO hotspots because, like I told you, UFO was the first subject I went into and studied. So I know there was a lot of incidents around the world involving UFO that I can mention. I know there's a 33 latitude line that goes through America.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strange activities also on that 33 latitude line or longitude. I think it's latitude line.
Yeah. But just to finish my thought, my point is, if all that becomes like mainstream, where at the dinner table, John, it's like, or whatever I don't know if people have dinner table, but just common folk come to the realization that we're surrounded by beings. This realm has been tinkered with. It's nothing we've been told is really concrete. It's
you're
all
right.
bets off. A lot of good can come out of that, and like Voice said, a lot of mayhem. It's just
Yes,
it's
it's
the both
both.
extremes of the pendulum, right?
Yes, no, you're right, and I think that is exactly what is going to be happening. Because a lot of things that we were taught is completely different, or the stories are incomplete. Especially with this Earth history, there's a lot of information that has been suppressed, but is coming back to the light. A lot of things are going to be coming to the light, and a lot of people that live in a false sense of reality, that don't do research, that only watch the television and don't question stuff, they're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah, and then there's some that I think are dyed in the wool. They'll watch CNN to the last hour of breath of their existence, and as long as it's still on, they'll hold on to some like robot version of Anderson Cooper AI avatar.
Yeah.
Sing them to sleep at night. Cheers, Ripa.
Wow.
Bless you.
Guten Tag, Ripa. Thank you for joining us.
Ik heb een pijn in mijn keel.
What now?
Ik heb een pijn in mijn keel.
Does anybody understand that language? I mean, what are you trying to speak Dutch or?
He's
No,
got
I
a pine in his kell.
Yeah, I have a sore throat.
Yeah.
On the hook. That's all I know in Dutch. That's all I know. I'm trying.
Okay. Well, I mean, welcome to the show, dude. Thanks for joining. I've seen you so often in chat. So, yeah, that's cool.
Like, I couldn't resist because you're talking about my favorite subjects: nicotine, McDonald's, and the end of the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good combination.
Well, an interesting channel on YouTube called Starfish Troopers, and it's a Dutch guy, Lowlands Pete, and an Englishman. I can't remember his name, but they're it's basically like this chat group, and they were talking quite a bit about nicotine the other day, and how basically it's, well, some would say it's an essential element of the body. Nicotine.
Hey, Lance, can you do something about your audio, about your microphone, because it's
Can you hear me, or is it garbled?
no, I can hear you, but you need to stay close to the microphone. I think I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's in your computer.
It is.
Yeah.
I had headphones, earbuds, but the where it attaches to the computer, it broke off when I fell. I was drinking one day, so I can't use earbuds anymore on this thing.
No, that's okay, but just stay close to the microphone so we can hear you,
Will do.
please. Yeah.
So there's
No,
like
yeah.
nicotinic receptors in the body, and just a whole battle to make nicotine illegal, make it legal, that kind of thing.
Yeah, what do you think? If there's scientific proof, and we have nicotine receptors in the body, and there's scientific proof that it helps us. Apparently, the doctor going around said that because in the jab there were apparently king cobra synthetic venom. There was 2 snake venom in it, and the people that smoke, they had nicotine, because when you smoke, you can use the patches too, but when you smoke, you get a high concentration of it in your body directly, fast. And the king cobra poison wasn't able to work on those people. So there's a lot of evidence that it blocked a lot of viruses, or frequency weapon, which you want to call it, because there's also correlation with 5G with the COVID, but that's not a story. But if that's true, then it would make sense why they want to ban it, for the people not to access it, if they want us weaker, fragile, with no solution. Just take the pharmaceutical. Don't go on natural stuff.
What were the you mentioned snake venom and another chemical in the jibber jab?
Well, in the vaccine, there were a list of shit in it. King cobra poison, synthetic poison. King cobra synthetic poison was in it. And another snake, also grass snake, Chinese grass snake, synthetic poison. You had the protein. You had the black nanoparticle shit. I forgot what that is called. And you had also a synthetic being in it that looks like an octopus. And it was not only carbon based, but also I think has a synthetic base to it. So it was something that wasn't natural, created through nature. And then you had AIDS and cancer also. That's why a lot of people that got the shit, that apparently after 2020, they calling it super cancer. There are a lot of people got cancer and it spread one time through the body. They say, oh, it just appeared. Now we call it super cancer. No, it's this fucking jab, But yeah.
Well, what wasn't in the jibber jab? I saw one video where there were like over 70 chemicals, including arsenic. There's one virus. It's called SV40, and it's a virus that researchers use to inject into animals to cause cancer. It's called simian virus from monkeys. Yes.
So yeah, no, it's shown that the nicotine, we need the nicotine, especially if they're trying to poison us or kill us with a virus, So and we know the government, which government in Latin means control, ment means mind, control of the mind. We have to take control of our own mind, control of our own body by going on and nature, studying nature, because nature provides everything. But yeah, they want to control us by controlling the information and making us fully dependent on them. That's the thing. Because I think it was in Florida, you're not allowed to collect rainwater now. You get fined by collecting your own water or some shit. Yeah.
I heard
I
that.
wouldn't imagine that happening in Aruba because it doesn't rain much here. And if they imply the people here gonna rebel and burn the place down, then I know for sure.
Yeah.
Apricot.
So, but Ripa, so one of your favorite topics was the end times too, right?
Yeah, indeed, boy.
You know, here's another thing: is they tell you don't take these, right?
Apricot
Which are these
seeds.
apricot seeds.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yeah,
those are
and
also
it's I'm not telling people what to do. Don't take them, but it's like
Yeah, the active
I think it's the same damn thing.
the active ingredient, I believe, is Laetrile, one of the compounds in apricot seeds. I think it was a Canadian doctor that was promoting that as an anti-cancer treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can use that for cancer. There's a lot of things apparently now that nature provide that we can use for cancer.
Swedish bitters, for
That I don't know.
digestion before you eat your food.
Oh,
It's
okay.
good shit.
Swedish.
Oh,
Damn, you have a lot of stuff there. That guy Dick, health conscious. You fully health. That's cool. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah,
when
Dick's
people are
got
health
it all,
conscious,
man.
you know.
No, you know what? I had a liver blockage thing going on, or gallbladder,
Oh,
and I got it all moving. With the herbs I was saying, it really helped.
Wow.
But I had to dig deep.
Do you buy those online, Dick, or a store in Colorado?
I got it online. Yeah. I guess I
Hey, but
have a
Ripa, tell me about your fascination with the end times.
Well,
Want to hear more about that?
it's not like a fascination. It's more of a realization that we're on the cusp. Personally, I've just never seen it so bad in my lifetime here. I live in southern Ontario, Canada,
Mhm.
and in a city of about 150,000 people. So in the last 6 weeks, we have had 10 murders, including 5 with handguns. So like a murder in Barrie is like one every 5-10 years you'll hear about that. But to hear of 5 gun murders in 10 weeks, it's off the charts. Like it's never been here before. Guns are banned in Canada, as you know. So when I get downtown, I'll probably in about 5 blocks, I'll see maybe 100 people. Half of them are-
Please come closer to the microphone. Yeah.
So I'll see about 100 people in the downtown quarry in the first 20 minutes. And I know now that half of them will be either tweaking or nodding or asking me for change, or women asking me if I want to party, people picking up cigarette butts off the ground. Like the poverty, the homelessness, the drug addiction in this town are off the charts.
Dude, when I was younger, a kid, that we did that on the normal. We would go around and pick up cigarette butts. We'd go to Denny's.
Yeah.
We'd go to, any of the gas stations, we had regular spots, actually, believe it or not. Like there was a bank where we'd always find good stogies. Sounds disgusting, but I guess that's just dumb shit you do as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's being done out of necessity now, and it's a tragedy unfolding. It's really hard to watch.
Well, I mean, with the inflation and all that, and I'm sure it affects a lot of communities internationally. It's not just the U.S. I mean, it's like that's the design of all the currencies, right? Is they're all just funny money.
Yeah. Well, inflation.
Well, it's not backed by nothing. That's the problem. And go ahead, sorry.
Most people think inflation is just natural. It's just a consequence of an economy. But it's really just the mathematical model is inflation equals the amount of money in the system divided by the amount of goods in the system. So during COVID, if you take the top number, the amount of money in the system, the government was giving out like $2,000 checks to people, and they were printing money to give to, whatever, Ukraine is a big one now. So they've totally increased the money supply, and due to supply chain disruptions, goods weren't getting to market. Think of truckers being shut down, airlines being shut down. So that was the main generator of inflation. And it looks to me like they're taking it to another step with this Iran conflict, because when you disrupt the supply of oil, fertilizers, petrochemicals of all kinds, it just adds to prices. And they're printing more money.
But that's the thing. That's what I want to say. Inflation doesn't really basically come from the government. What's happening is sorry.
Inflation is government engineered.
Yeah. So and through Elon Musk, I don't know how the people see it there, but one thing I know that he done good then is with the Doge project that he had, or no project, a department, that they encounter a lot of government useless spending that was going on. All of those things are causing the inflation to go up. Spending it in unnecessary things, just spending the money like it's nothing. But if you go back to the system, the fiat system, it's not backed by gold, which it was in the beginning. So, yeah, the whole thing, they can just print it out of
Alex,
thin air,
for real,
basically.
you actually believed in mainstream narrative. You actually believe that that Elon Musk is the one that eliminated government useless spending. You actually believe that?
Not eliminated. It was he showed it. His government was just detecting where the money is going.
So he exposed it, and it's still going on. After he exposed it, nothing changed.
Well, he exposed it. Some of it will stop. Yes, some of it.
So it did nothing. Effectively, it did nothing.
The other thing too,
yes, it did. If it did, it opened a lot of people's eyes to see where the government is spending their money. Like another one, California, they had $2 billion or more spent to build a railway. You know how much they built? Nothing. That's another thing that came out.
And you're laughing about it. And so how do you feel now? Do you feel better about it? How do you feel now? Do you feel better about it now that you know?
No, I'm just telling you what was.
Nothing changed. The program is, Alex. The program is still going. The program is still going. What are you enthusiastic about? No, it's still going.
We have to see it further.
No, I think
everything's changing. I'm enthusiastic that the robots are going to serve me a poppy seed bagel, and there'll be no need for money anymore.
I don't get why you're falling for this Elon poster guy, Alex.
What are you saying? I'm falling. Why are you saying you looking at negative? I looking at as what that came out. It's showing people clearly evidence, because people don't want to believe it. They're closed-minded, narrow-minded, only listen to CNN, NBC, or the mainstream media. They don't do the research for themselves, and this has shown people where the money is going, why the things are expensive.
Okay.
They're spending the people money on stupid shit. No need to.
Yeah, but
a lot of
the question is,
nothing changed.
If you had $100 today, are you better to just invest in Elon Musk, SpaceX, NVIDIA, Walmart, Amazon, Microsoft, all this shit, right, that basically owns the human mind now? It's probably still the best investment with the way the general populace is going. If you're just a businessman. Yeah, go ahead.
Based on the knowledge I have, I'm gonna go for something I'm secure about. Yes, the future is technology, AI, NVIDIA, and all that. I can just go by ASML. That's the Dutch company that make the chips for all the chips company for NVIDIA. They don't make the chip. It's a
Yeah.
Dutch company that does it. So I will go
You're
there.
behind.
Yeah, I'd
You're
rather
behind.
buy land
You're
and-
behind.
and
You're
have-
behind on your facts, Alex. It is not a Dutch company anymore. Look it up.
The thing about Elon
No, it's
Musk,
not a Dutch company anymore. I know that maybe now not anymore. It was funded in the Netherlands with
I know.
Philips.
I
know the
I
history.
actually
Look
worked
into it.
there. I actually worked in the. But hey, Rippo, what is that you wanted to say?
well, Elon Musk is not one of the good guys. Just look at him. He started PayPal with Peter Thiel. And if Peter Thiel isn't the Antichrist, then or on the short list of Antichrists, I don't know who is. The other thing about Musk,
Peter Thiel is.
he's a soci-
Yeah,
he's a
sorry.
psych-
Go ahead. Peter Thiel is something.
He's a psychopath, yeah. So Elon Musk has a long association with Peter Thiel. Elon Musk's grandfather was a Canadian chiropractor from Saskatchewan. His name was Joshua Haldeman, and he was one of the founders of the political movement known as technocracy. And he was actually kicked out of Canada because he was so involved with technocracy. So, and his favorite place, he couldn't live in Canada. He decided the best place to live was South Africa. He's a racist. He's an apartheidist. He's just not a good guy. But these technocrats basically don't believe in government. They don't believe in elections. They think that the world should be run by scientists, engineers, people who have technical scientific knowledge. And so it's basically a technocracy is what they're like.
Somewhat, I would agree with that. No, so because I think Nikola Tesla also had a meeting with all the top scientists, and I think that idea came up front because most of the politicians are dumbasses, and they don't really invest in technology would benefit the human race. So yeah, if you have a scientist running the place, it will be much different. That can also become like a bit fascist and ultimate control dictatorship. So it's which way it go.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know.
it
But
doesn't
America
matter.
is not fascist.
It doesn't matter what group of people you look at, whether they're scientists, whatever. There's always a certain percentage of the population that are going to be sociopaths. And unfortunately, in our system, sociopaths are the ones who rise to the top.
Oh, yeah, I have a solution for that. It's easy. You know what's the solution? If you want to become a politician, you have to do 10 ayahuasca session or 5 ibogaine session before you become a politician. Yeah, because the ibogaine is gonna let you see the truth of yourself for 24 hours. They use that with heroin addicts. It's a very powerful plant, the most powerful on this planet. Also based DMT, like ayahuasca and San Pedro. In North America, you have Yopo, which is DMT, and you have the other one is mescaline, which I forgot the one they use, the Native in America use. Oh, peyote. Peyote. It's also a cactus, but mescaline is. Yes.
Right.
So yeah, you can use all of those things for the politician. Hey, you want to become a politician? You want to become president? Well, here, do 10 sessions of ayahuasca. See if you survive it.
I say go even farther and put all those chemicals in the drinking water.
You guys are quite extremist about this. I think you just need good people, and that are elected and not selected. But that's near impossible. I don't think it takes any kind of. I don't necessarily think that it takes any kind of substance to be a good person. Some people are just good, whether they take whatever you call it, the mescaline or the ibogaine or whatever. Good people don't need to take that.
No, I agree. Well, the world is
But
mostly made.
well, yeah, but that's the thing. Oh,
It's just
sorry,
that
that would. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead. There's a delay.
no, yeah, sorry, it is kind of awkward. I just want to say the world is mostly good people, in my opinion. It's just that the way things are incentivized, money and power, tend to draw sociopaths, and they tend to be devious, and they're good at getting wealth and power.
Right? It's that
That's
simple.
true.
And
Because
and there's people who could rule the country way better, any country, and they would do it for free, even, right? And they would do it. They would do it in their spare
oh
time, because that's how it used to be.
well, they would do it out of their heart, out of their love for the
Yeah,
country. Like for example, they
yeah.
wouldn't take the whole salary. They would say, "I just want 10% of the salary, and the 90% go to foundation." For example, that's what the president of Uruguay did. He didn't live in the president office. He lived on his farm, and he drove a Volkswagen Beetle, the old one, and he donated 90% of his salary to foundation. So he was you have a lot of good leaders around the world, but I understand what Ripa is saying, because they can pretend to be good, make a facade, a mask, but behind them, inside them, they have another agenda, and that's with a lot of people. And to get that out, to get their agenda out, their true self out, put them do a ceremony of
No,
ayahuasca
that's
or
not
a
what it
high
takes.
dosage of
No, see,
of
Alex, see,
mushroom.
there you go again. That's not what it takes. You just need to be a good person. You don't need to take drugs. You don't
Yeah,
need to
but
take.
I understand that. I understand, but not a lot of people are like they. Some don't you think some
No,
people can
many
pretend to
people.
be
I mean,
good and then
There's enough good people to rule the country. Like I told you, people would do it for free, and they would do
but
it better.
nobody.
They would have better results, better intentions than everyone in power together now. And they don't need to take the
You have to know
ibogaine.
what you're doing.
They don't need to take the mescaline. They're just good people. They have good results.
I
It doesn't.
understand that.
It doesn't take any
Okay,
substance to
no,
be a
but
good person. It no well, okay, if you want to talk over me, that's okay. But I just disagree with you
what?
with taking the substance, okay? I think people work better without taking any substance.
No, I think you. I don't think you did understand me when you
Yes, I
take the
understood you
ayahuasca.
perfectly
I
well.
don't know.
Yeah. But I think you don't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Do you know some good people who never
yeah. You
take any
said that
substance?
this. I,
Do
I
you know
understand.
some good
Yeah, I
people?
understand.
Do you know good
I also,
Alex? Answer this question. Do you know good people that never
yeah.
took any substance?
Um. Yes. Yes. See, there's a lot of
So
good
that's
people
what I'm
that
saying.
never take substance. But I'm talking about people in a leading position, leading the country. A lot of people don't want to do that. The good people. You have good people, but
There's
they
many
don't
people
get far.
there's
You
many
know?
people who are able to do it and willing to do it, but they just cannot live in that environment because they know that's all snakes, right? They don't need to take any
Yeah, I know.
substance to be a better person. They're just
No, I
good
understand
people.
that. But I just mentioned that because Graham Hancock, the archaeologist, which went around the world, discovered a lot of old civilization, especially underwater and different parts of the world. He was a scientist, and he did ayahuasca, and he commented that one time with the politician. And I thought, oh yeah, that would be a good idea. Then you would know that the person there is really working on behalf of the people and not against the people, because they may be true with themselves. That's it. But you
Okay.
have good people. I
Okay, I
understand what you're
heard you.
saying.
I
So
heard you.
yeah,
You
not
made your
going to
point.
speak.
Yeah, yeah. I fucking heard it, dude. But still, my opinion,
No, but I understand that they're good people. Yes, that they don't need to take
there's
that.
good
Yes, I
people that
understand.
are just good people without taking any substance. Okay, and I think they will do better without taking any substance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Well, it's not that you're gonna do better. It's not that when you take ayahuasca, it's gonna be working on you the whole week or month. The ayahuasca is a 9 minute, no, 9 hours session, and afterwards you have to relax and come back. That's it. And afterwards, you have another perception of what you experience. That's it. They change your perception and then show you things that you don't want to see, but not that you're going to be visualizing and seeing things
You're really
after
fixated.
that
Dude.
ceremony.
You've got this
That's what
fixation
you're
on
thinking.
dope, dude. I don't know what it is with you, but you've got this fixation on dope.
Dope?
Yeah.
What? Dope? The
Yeah.
ayahuasca is called vine of the soul.
Yeah.
That's the translation of it. And it's been used for thousands of years.
So I got to run. I
Yeah,
just
I'm
wanna-
more with the native. One with native. I come from the Arawak tribe.
Hey, Ripa, sorry that you have to go, but thank you for joining, man. It's good to see your face and nice to hear your voice. And please join me again when I go live. I want to hear more of you.
Don't go fail, boy. Nice to meet you, Dick. Nice to meet you, Alex. Have a good.
Cheers.
Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Wow. That was nice to meet Ripa.
Blessings.
I gotta head out too. Cheers, guys. Nice chatting with y'all.
Yeah.
Peace and love.
For sure, Dick. Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Okay, so I think I'm going to head out too. I feel a sense of completion here. It's been 3 hours almost. So, yeah. Thank you too for being here, Alex. Yeah, Ripa wanted to say a lot more,
Yeah, agree to disagree.
but somebody kept on speaking over him. Who was that? It was you, Alex. It was you.
There's a
I don't
delay.
blame-
There's a delay.
got-
That's the problem.
Yeah. Blame the delay. Yeah. What do you know? I'm not Telcot. I'm just a Telcotian. And yeah, well, thank you for being here, Alex. This was this was a very good stream. The people enjoyed it too. You know, it's been constantly like 15, 18 people in the chat. So thanks everybody for being here. I think I'm gonna leave this. Well, not like this. I gotta end it with some music, right?
Oh yeah, you can do that. Okay. Yeah, I just want to say, stay positive, stand your ground, be conscious of your health, and everything's gonna be all right. Don't fall into the fear trap. That's how they control you, and it weakens our immune system. The immune system is not gonna work when you're in fear state, and that's a fact. But yeah, have a good day, everybody. Blessings. Till next time.
I'm gonna show you guys a video of Melanie Moran when she was young. How do I do this again? Oh yeah. This was Melanie when she was a young girl.
I've got so much love to give. I got so much love to give, baby. Now what do you say? Why don't we spend a while on it? A little bit of this, take your time and let it stew. A little bit of that, take your time and let it brew. Let it slowly simmer before you bring it to the boil. Sprinkle it with sugar, not too heavy on the oil. A touch of me and you, up the heat but not too far. A little twist of ooh and a pinch of ooh la la. A little bit of this, I'm giving you the best of me. A little more of that, I'm cooking up a recipe for love. Standing on the crossroads, I've been waiting to watch you change. Whoa, bending over backwards, I've been hoping we stay the same. Standing on the crossroads, I've been waiting to watch you change. Whoa, bending over backwards, I've been hoping we stay the same. I've got so much left to give, I got so much more to give, baby. Now what do you say? Why don't we spend a while on it? A little dose of you, then add what's left of me. A whole lot more of loving, we can start a family. Slowly cool it down, don't let these things go cold. Cause I want you around until the days when we are old. Standing on the crossroads, I've been waiting to watch you change. Whoa, bending over backwards, I've been hoping we stay the same. Standing on the crossroads, I've been waiting to watch you change. Whoa, bending over backwards, I've been hoping we stay the same. Got a touch of me and you, up in heat but not too far. A little twist of blue and a pinch of ooh la la. A little bit of this, I'm giving you the best of me. A little bit of that, I'm cooking up a recipe for love. Said I'm cooking up a recipe for love. Yeah, yeah. Said I'm cooking up a recipe for love. Whoa, whoa, baby, yeah, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Whoa.